Welcome to Mount Vernon Rams Football on WMIX. Rams Football is powered by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. You can also watch Rams Football with streaming video on MyWithersRadio.com. Powered by Dale's Harley-Davidson. Rams Football is also sponsored by Rend Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon. Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Banterra Bank. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Heartland Accounting. Central Christian Church. And People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski for Mount Vernon Rams Football from the WMIX Sports mobile studios driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. Rams pregame starts now.
And good evening from a wet and cold J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium tonight in the WMIX Sports mobile studios driven by Ford Square. This is your Page Agency pregame. Tonight, the 0-6 Mount Vernon Rams look to get their first win here on homecoming against the Cahokia Comanches. It's the second to final week in the South 7 Conference play, third to the final week, I guess you could say. We're in the last third downward stretch of this 2012 high school football season. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow will be bringing you the video tonight on MyWithersRadio.com. Avery Barton joins us for now back at our Mount Vernon studio. Glad to have you with us, and we assume that there's a lot of you because there are not very many here. Only two to be found on the Cahokia visiting side right now. Very, very few here on the Mount Vernon side. So we're glad to have those of you with us on WMIX video tonight on MyWithersRadio.com. Of course, we'll archive this broadcast also on MyWithersRadio.com sometime tomorrow. Danny Czerwinski is alongside, as aforementioned. Danny, tonight, as we took multiple pictures, put them on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Very wet between the 40s and now beyond.
This field's going to take a beating tonight. And then week 7, obviously one more varsity game to go, some lower class games as well, and some junior football. This field tonight's going to get chewed up. There are water puddles everywhere in every spot on the field, especially in between the hash marks. Where the teams are warming up, the field is being chewed up. There will not be much left of this field after tonight. Once it gets done, the rain that came through flooded 37 here just across the way going through the middle of town. A lot of water, didn't have enough time to get anywhere. It's still sitting in spots. It's going to be a tough one tonight on the football field for these players. But, again, both teams have to deal with it equally.
Of course, as our forecast is concerned for tonight, temperatures will drop to about the 40-degree mark during game play. We can expect showers periodically throughout the rest of tonight's broadcast. We need to take a break here on your Page Agency pregame. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Cahokia Comanches and the Mount Vernon Rams. This is Rams Football from WMIX Sports.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodbine, Dixon, Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
How does Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon stay the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois? How about free pickup and delivery and being the home of the $29.95 oil change? Plus, get financing as low as 1.5 APR, along with the best selection of certified pre-owned Harley-Davidsons. So now you know how Dale's Harley-Davidson stays number one. Dale's Harley-Davidson, open every day but Wednesday, just off of I-57 in Mount Vernon. Visit dales-hd.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Attention all Medicare Part D pharmacy patients. The annual enrollment period begins earlier this year, October 15th, and ends December 7th. And the Medicine Shop Pharmacy is ready to help you. Stop by or call to make an appointment with Eric Black or Tracy Adams. They'll review your current prescription plan and help you manage your Medicare dollars. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
What we offer to our patients is to sit down with them and answer questions that they may have about their medications, really with the end goal of being to maximize their dollars, because that's, after all, what patients really want. We'll take appointments, we'll sit down with them, take as long as it takes to help them choose a plan that is effective at meeting their needs.
Remember, the good folks at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy are never too busy to take care of you. They look forward to understanding your health care needs and will focus on keeping you well. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
To call to make an appointment, call 618-242-8776. Back to Rams football, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, here for the Page Agency pregame. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski from a very cold J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium compared to what we're used to anyway. Temperature about 44 degrees in downtown Mount Vernon. Skies look to be mostly cloudy at this point. Rain in the forecast for tonight's broadcast. Of course, the Mount Vernon Rams are 0-6 on the year. They're winless in the South 7 Conference. Obviously, Cahokia, meanwhile, fighting for their playoff hopes here tonight. They come in at 500 at 3-3. You take a look at their conference mark. They do come into South 7 Conference play. Got a big win over the Marion Wildcats to start, winning that one, I believe, 28-14. Getting another win, shutting out, I believe, the Carbondale Terriers 33-0, something to that effect. But falling to the Centralia Orphans 1 week ago. And these Comanches come in, and you have to wonder, they're going to be hungry for a victory here tonight on the road to spoil Mount Vernon's homecoming. But you have to wonder if this weather doesn't play into the hands of the Mount Vernon Rams.
Well, for Cahokia, they're kind of an unknown quantity at the beginning of the year, playing two Class 7A schools in O'Fallon and Alton, went 1-1. Played Miller Career Academy, who we are very familiar with, when Mount Vernon, having played them last couple of years. And at that point, they're 1-2, and they jump into Marion, who had shelled Harrisburg the week before, went down to Marion and won 28-14. Then they shut out Carbondale, and they start to get back on the roll. Last week, a stubbing of the toe, 8-0 at home to Centralia. So a 3-3 Cahokia team with 2 out of 3 road games left at Mount Vernon, next week at Althoff. And then, of course, in Week 9, host Chicago Hales Franciscan. That's not going to be easy. So this team, being the Mount Vernon's winless, really needs a team and a win here tonight. Now, another side note about Cahokia is the rain picks up again, as we can tell from the puddles out on the field. The Cahokia team didn't arrive here at about 6:15. A lot of times you'll see teams get here about 5:30. They didn't arrive till about 6:15, just took the field about 10 minutes ago, so I'm interesting to see how well they warm up. But on the flip side of things, if Jared Shaner could have ordered a better forecast for his team on this night, I don't know how he could, because the Mount Vernon Rams playing here tonight at home on a sloppy, wet, muddy, cold night is exactly what they have to have, considering that Cahokia likes to put that ball in the air and get the football into some of their speed guys on the outside, and they won't be able to get as much done tonight with the wet field conditions.
That's going to be tough to do much of anything between the hashes, especially at midfield, between the 40s and a little bit beyond. It is absolutely just rain-drenched. A rain-soaked field. There's another pocket coming in. And we'll see a little bit of rain on and off here tonight. It's going to be cold as well, so temperatures will be a factor here on homecoming night.
Temperature is going to be a factor. It's not a friends and family crowd here tonight. It's a I have to be here crowd. That's kind of what's here tonight with the homecoming festivities. That'll be going on. They have that tarped up and covered here in front of us. You also have the fact next to last home game going on. People might be in. But honestly, it's a kind of night that you only have to be here, and you'd only have to look across the field to Cahokia's side. There are 2 people over there in the stands from Cahokia. Not a lot of people here, and you look in the Mount Vernon stands, not a lot of people here as well, again, with the rain coming through and then the cold weather in behind it and here already. It's one of those nights where if you have to be here, you're here, and if you're not, you may be home watching or listening to us.
It is homecoming here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Glad to have you with us with video online at mywithersradio.com, on your radio, of course, on WMIX. On the FM side right now, of course, St. Louis Cardinals baseball. We'll update you on that real quickly. The St. Louis Cardinals do lead the Atlanta Braves 6-3 with 1 out, 2 on for the Atlanta Braves in the bottom half of the 8th inning. So the Cardinals on top at the moment, tying run at the plate for Atlanta. We'll tell you more throughout the broadcast here tonight. That scoreboard update was presented by Tony Wilton State Farm Insurance. We'll have plenty more of those. We'll also tell you which games we're watching tonight in Week 7 action. Many conferences in their second to final week in conference play. We'll keep you up to date all throughout the night here on WMIX, on Twitter at WMIX Sports, and we'll put a comprehensive scoreboard later on tonight on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll dissect this one between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Cahokia Comanches. This is Rams football on WMIX.
We can't believe you missed last week's Saturday Sports Show, presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. To those who tuned in on WMIX or MyWithersRadio.com, we enjoyed your company. But if you missed the area scores, in-depth interviews with the region's coaches, or missed out on the WMIX Sports question on Twitter and Facebook, the path to forgiveness is easy. Listen to previous Saturday Sports Show episodes on demand at MyWithersRadio.com. It's that simple. Or next Saturday morning, you could tune in after the 8 o'clock news. Either way, we forgive you.
Announcing Schmidt Ford of Salem sales lineup. Paula, the Gardner Russell. Jason, the Mini Webb. Steve, the Sleeper Hotsy. Francis Mac McIntosh. Mac, the Hackeree. Jill, the Gambler McManus. Rick, Part-Time Bale. Jim, No Pressure Barkett. Dak, the Dealmaker Johnson. And Mike, the Hunter Russell. From our team to your team, Schmidt Ford of Salem wishes all our local sports teams a safe and winning season.
Hi, this is Star Reed with People's National Bank. Since 1909, People's National Bank has been devoted to providing accounts and services designed around customers' needs. With our convenient banking services, you can manage your finances anytime, anywhere. From online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and even e-statements, People's National Bank is there for you. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
Dig in with full-contact coal miner training at Red Lake College. Learn in our new 20,000 square feet coal mine training center. Use real equipment like continuous miners and power sitters. And check out the new mine rescue and fire safety training tunnel. Associate degree and occupational certificates available.
We're full contact, hands-on coal mining. Real equipment, real live, all the time.
What are you waiting for? Call 618-437-5321 and get started.
This is Rick Davis, Community First Bank. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Your Page Agency pregame rolls on. Anytime you need an insurance quote, give them a call, 242-7000. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Mount Vernon Rams football at home. Very mucky atmosphere out there on the gridiron right now as both teams continue warming up. But on the bright side, it is homecoming tonight for the Mount Vernon Rams. They will, as we understand, still have those festivities at halftime. It'll be an extended Second Chance Auto halftime show coming your way after a first half of high school football. We're keeping an eye on quite a few games going on around the region tonight. We'll keep you up to date with our scoreboard updates. We'll have those on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We will also have score updates here on the radio tonight for a lot of the games going on in Week 7. There we go. Let's see some of the games that are going on.
Well, going on, obviously, tonight here. And then Althoff is at Carbondale. Playoff ramifications there. Conference championship issues. Marion at Centray tonight. Carmi at SVWW. El Dorado at Chester. And what should be a dandy matchup. Alvarado Trico at Hamilton County. The winner of that game gets their first win of the year. And Johnston City at Fairfield. Over here east of us on Route 15 should be a dandy as well. Benton at Massac County, in a game Benton should win handily. Frankfort at Harrisburg. Bulldogs and Benton looking at a Week 8 all for naught. 4-0 in the Ohio Division if both can win tonight. Heron at Murfreesboro. DuQuoin is at Pinckneyville in the Battle of the Buku as the Indians look to return the favor that Pinckneyville did when Pinckneyville beat DuQuoin in their first year of the turf. DuQuoin looking to do the same at Pinckneyville. Sparta at Carterville as Carterville tries to get into the playoffs. They need 6 wins at this point. And Nashville at AJ as the Wildcats try to get their 6th win and qualify yet again for the playoffs, a team that has the longest winning streak, or I should say playoff streak in Southern Illinois between the 3 conferences in our area.
There you have it. We'll take a look at those and more here on WMIX, MyWithersRadio.com. We'll honor America shortly. We'll also have your Central Christian Church starting lineups for the Mount Vernon Rams still to come. It's a rainy Friday night in Mount Vernon. We're glad to have you with us, WMIX, MyWithersRadio.com, where you can watch this game online. And as you can see, watching online, we do have quite a bit of water on the field, and that's going to make this one very, very interesting here tonight. The Rams will be back in black tonight as they will have their black uniforms on with orange numerics and solid black helmets. Cahokia, meanwhile, comes in blue pants, white tops that will not remain white, and blue numerics with their white helmets. And, Danny, we talk about that, and these kids are going to get a little money tonight.
A little is not the case. That's a
relative term.
You're going to know who is subbed and who is not by the way the jerseys are coming in. And Mount Vernon got off the field here in about 5 minutes ago. Cahokia is still out there as we look at some of the puddles that have gotten on this field here, and you can see the raindrops hitting the puddles right now. It is not a pretty evening. This is the welcome to fall as some of the trees in the area in the last week have really changed colors, and now you're getting this cold, wet, windy fall weather that we're kind of accustomed to. We haven't had that, didn't have it last fall, And now we're getting it here tonight in what will be more fall-like weather. The 80-degree shorts and a golf shirt that everyone was wearing yesterday may not be able to do that again until next spring.
Well, and it's certainly going to be a changing weather, which means that not only that we come towards playoff football, something like that, but it also means we're that much closer to high school basketball and the start of the winter sports as well. And if you like fall sports, you certainly hate this time of year to hate to see that come to an end. But that happens. Sorry,
it
I'm just
happens
as
in Atlanta
distracted.
too.
I'll just say I'm just as distracted as you are.
There are things going on in Atlanta. I guess the replacement refs from the NFL have taken over the Cardinals-Braves game at this point, and the Braves fans are acting in what is being reported as in an inappropriate way. And obviously some Cardinal fans are acknowledging it was a bad call, but the Atlanta Braves fans are making sure the umpires know it was a bad call. But
just because it's not baseball night in Los Angeles.
Well, no. Still another game left. It's an interesting day in baseball, but a more interesting day here in high school football. So many things on the line tonight. Teams with 4 losses trying to stay in consideration. Teams trying to clinch playoff berths, like we said, Anna Jonesboro. Teams like Cahokia trying to stay above 500 and keep that train going. It's one of those deals here where in these weather conditions, we'll talk about as it goes on, basically any advantage that a team had tonight is even. And basically all advantage has been tossed to the side because anything can happen tonight. Every game in Southern Illinois, their football field's affected. That's why I said the only people that are happy are teams on the road tonight because their field will not get torn up tonight. Their field will be given a rest. The home teams tonight are going to take the hit on their football fields.
Well, we were wondering about a national anthem. The Mount Vernon Township High School Marching Band is nowhere to be seen. They were out here earlier, may have discovered that with the rain.
Yeah.
Not easy to play, especially some of those tubas and things of that nature. Any instrument.
It's tough to bring them expensive instruments out here in this unless you
Exactly.
got the proper cover or coverage or otherwise. Of course, we deal with that as well with our equipment. But it's a tough night. And I look at it this way. It's a tough night for everybody, but on the field, everybody's got an equal share of what to deal with tonight. It will be the team that can mentally prepare and be tough and go from there. And obviously, Chris, I'm looking here. It's 7 o'clock. We are nowhere near starting this ball game. I'm wondering with the late arrival of Cahokia tonight that we will not start this till 7:15, 7:30.
I wonder if it just has to do with the weather because Cahokia notorious for getting here, and not in a bad way. Notorious makes it sound less than stellar, but Cahokia typically gets here about 6 o'clock, 6:15, comes off the bus usually already in their equipment. So,
they did
but
tonight.
that could be very well what happens. So we'll see if we get this one started underway. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here on your Page Agency pregame. When we come back, we'll let you know if we're going to get started here tonight on time or not. This is Rams Football on WMIX.
I'm meteorologist Dave Samuel. With a look at your next rad weather, we have the coolest air of the season descending on the area. And behind a cold front, we'll see rain for a time tonight, most likely during the evening. Could continue into a few hours after midnight. Your low 39 chilly degrees. Much cooler tomorrow than it has been over the past few days. We'll have a high 58 degrees. Low morning clouds and some afternoon sun. Tomorrow night partly cloudy, maybe some frost, low 33. Sunday, lots of sunshine, but still cool with a high of 55. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Mount Vernon Rams Football on AM 940 WMIX Mount Vernon and worldwide with audio and video at mywithersradio.com. Free services from Withers Broadcasting. At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit. And starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more.
That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new regional health center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Every so often, the stars are in perfect alignment. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Lincoln dealer at Ford Square, Mount Vernon. The stars have aligned with the Lincoln Autumn Sales Event going on now. Save thousands off MSRP on your favorite Lincoln luxury car, SUV, or crossover, including up to $5,400 off a 2012 Lincoln MKZ with available voice-activated sync, MyKey technology, and even rain-sensing wipers. How about up to $6,500 off a 2012 Lincoln MKX with best-in-class fuel economy and intelligent all-wheel drive? You can also save up to $4,750 off a 2012 MKT and up to $3,000 off a new 2013 MKS. Come see one of our sales consultants to save big money and drive away in Lincoln Luxury or any Ford model. New or pre-owned at Ford Square, Mount Vernon, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
This is Rams football on WMIX, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you to a riot-free J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium.
Is that right?
Mount Vernon Rams football against the Cahokia Comanches. And if you're listening to the FM side of the dial and us at the same time, there's a delay in the wild card play-in game between the St. Louis Cardinals. And it's not play-in game. It is, but it isn't. St. Louis Cardinals and Atlanta Braves.
Got to win to stay in. It's a game 7.
Man. And
it's one of those deals when we don't know what's going on.
No,
we're just reading on Twitter and social media that when you have a baseball team get removed from the field due to safety issues and it's not in Philadelphia, it makes you wonder. And it seems that the Braves fans, again, from what we've read, they have an issue. They have a right to be upset. But as I would like to go back and point out to them at this point, there was an error early in the game that gave the Cardinals 3 runs unearned. Shouldn't be like this.
Right.
Shouldn't be 6-3. It should be 3-3 or 3-2.
And we'll try to keep you up to date as to what's going on if they ever resume play. The umpires do have a right to forfeit that ball game if they should choose.
Yeah,
a bigger riot would ensue. However, we're about ready to get underway here. The Mount Vernon Rams will have the ball first to start this one. They're dressed in their home black uniforms tonight, white numerics trimmed in orange with solid black helmets. The Comanches will be dressed in their away whites with blue pants and white helmets trimmed in blue. We're about ready to get underway. Presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams. It's Community First Bank. We're about to get underway. We'll have your Central Christian Church Ram offense coming up here in just a moment once this ball is kicked off. It'll be Adam Smith to kick off for Cahokia.
Well, this will be a treacherous little thing for the kickers.
Yes, it will.
There's no infield out here for dirt surfaces, but that grass will give way, so I just wonder if any of the kickers will stay up top.
Back to return. Your deep men were Lloyd and Hunter, and this one's going to bounce off of Lloyd's hands. Cahokia looks like they will have it as they dive on it about the far side near the 15 and slide to the 5. Doesn't matter if you touched it or not on a kickoff. Cahokia looks like they did recover, and if so, they're going to have great field position here. First and goal inside the 10 where the ball will be spotted on the far hash.
That's the case of not being known. On a kickoff, that ball is live no matter what, and that ball in Mount Vernon, it hit probably the only hard spot on this football field tonight, and it bounced off the hand of a Mount Vernon Ram back through another one and ended up down inside the 10, about the 8-yard line, and that's where Cahokia will start. It's not a turnover, but it is going to be Cahokia football.
That's how we saw it, but is that how it is? Of course, the Rams play a lot of guys.
Well, let's see here.
Two-way football on the offense.
Cahokia, really?
The Rams did catch a break there, and I didn't see a black uniform underneath the sliding pile, but when they're sliding so quickly on a wet surface. But luckily for the Rams, it'll be first and 10 from their own 8. Reeves will be the quarterback under center, double wing spread set. Man in motion to be Lloyd. The handoff looks to go up the middle. Won't get much on the play, if any, along that far hash to about the 9, maybe a gain of 1. Would bring up 2nd and 9 for the Rams. 11:45 mark of the first quarter, just underway, no score. Glad to have you with us. WMIX video at mywithersradio.com.
That'll be the last time you will hear Chris call out a name and a number, or number and name, because the fact turned about the first quarter, you will not be able to tell anybody.
I didn't even get that one out.
So, there you go.
Gave me some credit. 11:25 to go in this opening quarter, just underway from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Rainy Friday night in the King City. as the Rams will go unbalanced to the right side. Lloyd will be in motion. It's going to be a sweep up the near side. Gets to the 10. Now the 15. Looking to cut back to the hash. 20. Cuts back to the outside. 22. Driven out of bounds. It'll be a first down for the Rams on about a 13-yard gainer on the ground.
It's one of those nights tonight where fullbacks and plotters like me become fast because I know we're on offense where I'm going. The defense doesn't. And you can see a couple Cahokia defenders lose their footing out here because they didn't know where the Ram player was going on the run. And with that being said, Rams have a first down. Oh, we have a protest in the Braves-Cardinal game.
Carlos Tosca?
No, this is an actual legitimate protest. Has been filed.
No, he did that with Toronto in 03. You know how we always joke about Carlos Tosca? He's a bench coach.
This is a playoff game, though. It's rare that a playoff game gets protested.
Split left and right for the Rams. It's going to be one of those nights. It's going to be fun. On the left, it's Bradford. On the right, it's Zane Young. Reeves, your quarterback, will be under center. Your wing backs will be C.J. Lloyd and Robert Grider. Your tailback, of course, your fullback, will be Doug Gardner. The handoff will go to, that was DeMontez Miller-Gray, trying to go up between the hashes right to left. Gets to about the 22, maybe a no gainer, and bring up 2nd and 10. 10:25 to play in this scoreless first quarter. Rams at Comanches.
There you go. A lot of us getting phone calls tonight. Press box, PA.
Jeff Londen checking in to tell me about the riot. Paxton Guy telling me about the riot.
Got to remind people we can't answer. We're on the air.
Luckily, they know text message and Google Talk, the best means to reach during the broadcast. Or Twitter. Follow us at WMIX Sports. Log on to Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. 10-minute mark of the first, no score. Rams initial drive, 2nd and 9 on the near hash at about the 23. So they're going to give a gain of 1, and that should be it, I would think. Play clock would have to be getting near 0. Of course, not in usage tonight. There will be a delay of game. Facing the wrong way there on when you call that.
5-yard penalty.
Be 2nd and 14 for the Rams now. That ball will go all the way back to their own 18-yard line. 9:48 mark of this opening quarter. No score here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium.
We might be able to see the end of that game in Atlanta.
We might. 42.8 degrees here in near downtown Mount Vernon.
It has changed from shorts and golf shirt yesterday.
I'm at a sock cap. 9:33 to go. It's going to come up the near side to Lloyd, and he will slip up, trip up. Slides to about the 20. I believe the knee might have hit at the 19. Gain of 1 will bring up 3rd and 13. 9:25 to go in the first. Still no score.
Ellie.
Really?
Tell you what, we got 3 quick scores tonight. Bang, 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 right out of the gate. I mean, quick.
That'll happen on a night like this. And, of course, we are glad to have you with us, courtesy of Community First Bank. We'll tell you more about them throughout tonight's broadcast and every broadcast the rest of the way. They're here with us for Lady Rams volleyball, Rams football, Rams basketball, Lady Rams basketball, and, of course, Rams baseball and Lady Rams softball on WMIX. 8:56 to play in the opening quarter. Man in motion is going to be Lloyd. Reeves looking to roll out. Has to settle for Gardner on the left side. Trying to break a tackle there for a loss anyway, as he was back at about the 16 when he caught it, then went back to the 15. We'll see where the spot is. Either way, it's going to be 4th and long for the Rams here at the 8:42 mark. No score.
Pass was complete, but they lost 5 yards on it.
Woof.
That's a problem. Again, there was one guy on that side. The play had to go around him. And unfortunately, he was not blocked, thus leading to the tackle.
We'll have a Rend Lake College player of the game coming up after this one. At Rend Lake College, you can get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. Bradford is on to punt. That one's not going to go very far, but it'll get a nice bounce on the ground as it comes the opposite way to about the 40, 39. Make that 41. Not quite past midfield there. So it'll be at the 41-yard line. Not a bad field position for the Comanches, but the way that punt started out, Danny, that wasn't that bad.
No, and you're not going to get much tonight. That's just the way it is. And, again, you just have to go with what you're able to get on a night like this and just hoping to your advantage you can get some breaks your way.
8:06 to play here in the opening quarter. No score. Mount Vernon Rams, Cahokia Comanches. This will be the first drive of the night for the Comanches. Unable to slip those starting lineups in. We apologize. It's been kind of a chaotic night across the world of sports, but Central Christian Church is loving God and loving people. Find their worship services online. You can watch them online live at thenewcentral.com. For the Comanches, they will start off quickly. Quarterback will be Darby Perry, looking to roll to the near side. Cuts back, it's the 40, 35. Pushed out near side at about the 33.5-yard line. So Perry Darby, carries it for a gain of about 8.
It's Darby Perry.
Darby Perry, there we go.
Yeah, I'm looking if I'm going by first names and how they're listed. Thought maybe we had a new listing, yeah.
No.
I was trying to see because it sounded he's got a guy with 2 first names.
Trying to figure out what's going on in Atlanta and looking at the
I tell you what's going on in Atlanta. There's chaos. How about that? And they're about ready to get underway down there.
Yeah,
so we can
Perry
relax.
will be under center this time, and he will hand off up the middle to number 25, Akins. Akins between the hashes up the middle to about the 29. Should be first down yardage for the Comanches, and they are threatening here. 7:22 to go in the opening quarter, no score. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow brings you the video on MyWeathersRadio.com. We have Jesse Clark back at our Mount Vernon studios. Homecoming night in Mount Vernon. Cahokia looking to spoil here. 1st and 10 for the Comanches on the Mount Vernon 29. Ball spotted on the far hash. 7:14 to play in this opening quarter. Cahokia looking to say, how do you do out of the eye? Handoff will go right up the middle again. They're going to go with what works. I thought that was Kevion Akins again. Probably chunked maybe a few, maybe 4. It'll bring up 2nd and about 6 for the Comanches. 6:58 to play in this first quarter.
Again, you can see Cahokia and Mount Vernon, their playbook will be a very conservative playbook.
It's going to be basic.
There. Yeah. Boy, they're really all over the umpiring crew.
Basic smash
all
mouth.
Sides favored, neutral, partisan. They are blasting the umpiring crew.
Yes,
good luck for their careers.
Split to the right for the Comanches, out of the eye. Tight end left, and it'll be up the right side. Trying to break out to the outside. Cahokia on their feet at about the 15. Not getting a very good perspective of numbers tonight. I thought that might have been Akins again.
That was Akins again off the right side.
So all the carries thus far for Cahokia, except for the QB keeper.
Well, Cahokia's doing a good job running that right side. Obviously, the right side of the offensive line, more of a favorite to run behind, a little bit bigger, a little faster. And here's another thing, too, is at least Cahokia is conserving that part of the field. They run out there in the grass, so they're really trying to take care of things, tongue-in-cheek,
They are.
of course.
1st and 10 for the Comanches. 6:16 to play in this first quarter. No score from Mount Vernon. First drive for Cahokia. And they're looking to pitch out to this left side from about the 20s, where got to be a tackle in the backfield. That is a good job by Doug Gardner to stop Akins beyond the 20 and about the 22, maybe a loss of 7.
That's about a 10-yard loss there. That's a nice play by Gardner. He come flying through there. Nobody touched him. And he flew through there and was able to get him and knock him back and tackle him for a huge loss now.
Video streaming tonight is fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson. They trade for anything. No smoke in the mirror deals at Dale's. Bikes as low as $29.95. A party every weekend. Dale's is the longest and oldest running HD dealer in Southern Illinois. Find them online at dales-hd.com. 2nd and 17 now for the Comanches. Ball on the Ram 22, spotted near hash, out of the eye. Split left and right for Cahokia. Perry is under center, looking to dial his own number there. Goes up this near hash, gets past the 20 down to about the 17. Gain of 5 or 6, it'll be 3rd and long for Cahokia.
Wind starting to kick up outside. You see the rain has stopped. There's some sprinkling left, but that wind's kicking through as the front has moved through. Some lightning delays in different parts of the world here tonight. Shelbyville and Chester specifically, but doubt if that gets us.
We're watching that cell right now, and that is on trajectory maybe to go clip us possibly to the north. We'll see how that works out. We'll keep you up to date with the weather and sports here on WMIX. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Find us on Facebook as well. 4:45 to play in this first quarter. No score from Mount Vernon. Comanches trying to threaten. There was a penalty that I missed here against Cahokia. It's going to bring the ball back slightly. And they're going to march this one off. It'll be from the spot, so it was from the 22. They're back at the 30, maybe more.
How's that an 8-yard penalty? Hello? 10-yard penalty?
10-yard penalty. Maybe
there
a hold.
There you go. It's a hold.
Maybe a hold at 22 is the only thing we can discern at this point. Difficult to ascertain. We will not have very much hash left for very much longer here on a wet football field. The quarterback, Perry, looking to roll to the right side. Plenty of time in the pocket. They're going to flush him out. There's an arm tackle missed by the Rams. Coming near side, 30, 25, 20, looking to rush far corner. And he'll be blocked out of bounds. Good job there on a dive by Travis Mitchell to save a touchdown. Inside the 10 at about the 9. It'll be a gain of 22, and that'll bring up. He still didn't get first down.
No, he did not get first down.
Wow.
First down markers at the 5. He got 24 yards.
So that should be 4th and 6. Wow. Well, hello. 4:26 to play in this opening quarter. No score, Rams and Comanches. If anything, a game with mostly runs will go quick. Perry, the quarterback, is under center out of the eye. Looking to hand off to Akins. He will split right up the middle. Do they save the first down? He gets to about the 5. It'd be 3.
That's first down. I think he got enough penetration, enough forward momentum to get to the 5. And it's right there. They're saying first down, yeah.
No.
No. Golly, were that guy standing?
We are off because of the penalty. It wasn't.
Well,
sorry,
yeah, but
I would. So it'll be 4th and short.
I'm not looking at the scoreboard or anything else. I'm looking at that official on the opposite side of us across the field. And when he came in, he was inside first down yardage.
3:51 to play in the first quarter. No score from Mount Vernon. The Comanches have 4th and short out of the I. Goal line set. We'll see what they come with here. It's going to be up the middle. They have the first down, but they turn the back around at about the 5.
Yep.
And it'll be 1st and goal for the Comanches. 3:36 to play in this opening quarter.
Quick first quarter, and Cahokia driving in the short field. So we'll see if the Comanches can push across anything here.
Your community, your choice, your bank with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. Quarterback Perry leads his crew to the line out of the ice set. I believe Phillips also a back out there. He's going to keep it himself. Goes right up the middle with the split. Looked like he dove over the tackler. Maybe just shy. It looks like the far official signals a touchdown. It'll be 6-0 Comanches on the quarterback keeper.
Yep. And just a little dive across that line, couple yards. And Cahokia strikes first on a night where a touchdown or two may win this one. You never know with the way the field conditions are.
So they are back to play in Atlanta. And now they're through 8, 6-3. Cardinals on top, and notorious for not much of a kicking game in Cahokia, so they're going to go for 2. Looks like they're stopped up the right side on the handoff off tackle right. And it'll stay 6-0. Rams trail the Comanches. 3:22 to play in this opening quarter. We do have some scores to report from around the area. We'll get to those throughout the night here on WMIX. If you need them a little bit quicker than we can give them to you, stay up to date on Twitter at WMIX Sports. If you're not on the Twitterverse, don't worry. Just go to this direct link, twitter.com/WMIX Sports. You do not have to be on Twitter to see what's going on. Join the conversation, though, if you will. Follow us there. Well, 3:22 remains in this opening quarter. Both teams got a chance. Rams ran into some trouble moving the football. Cahokia had a penalty push them back to a 2nd and 30, but ultimately did score, and they were able to use the running game effectively to get those first 6.
Well, Cahokia had the short field there. Mount Vernon had the long way to go. Couldn't get anything going. Eventually moved the ball a little bit. Had to punt. Cahokia marched it down on that drive. Pretty impressive for Cahokia. 6-0, get off the bus, not being here in Mount Vernon in less than an hour, and have scored a touchdown already.
Their kicker, Adam Smith, is on to kick. Back to return. Your deep men are Lloyd on the near side at about the 5. Far man will be Derek Hunter for the Rams. Of course, in front of them, I believe I see Miller Gray and DeVar Davis, near to far respectively. Rams are going left to right. The Comanches right to left. 3:22 remains in the first. 6-0 Cahokia on top. Looks like Hunter's going to get it about the 10, where the far hash should be. He's going to try to come up the middle. Gets to about the 30, still on his feet. Trying to break a tackle to 35. Drags a man to the 40, where he will have it 1st and 10. He and the Rams, I should say. 1st and 10 for the Orange and Black, 40-yard line in their own territory, but a good start, good field position for Mount Vernon.
Well, just good run. I mean, that's good hard running in those conditions. Derek Hunter, again, showing on the kickoffs. He can be a weapon, and again, you know, he's going to be around in his last couple of games. The thing is, he runs so hard there in the mud and in the hitting, was able to get out to the 40. Very impressive run.
6-0 Comanches on top. Rams will start with the football. Again, 1st and 10, make that their own 41-yard line. So one better than we told you. 3:13 to play, opening quarter. Rams will go with the double wingback set. Split to the right, it'll be Young, barely, more of a tight end in the slot. To the right side goes the fullback Gardner. Your left wing back will be C.J. Lloyd. He'll be in motion, and that's going to be coming up the right side. He has to go back to try to gain yardage. He'll lose yardage on the play. Thought he might have been pulled back by a face mask, but luckily he gets to the 41-yard line. To the line of scrimmage, should be no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Got pinned back there deep in the backfield, had to fight his way out, and unfortunately for Mount Vernon, didn't gain anything on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Vernoy. We'll have plenty of scoreboard updates throughout the night. We'll get to some of those in the second quarter. Right now, we're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square. 1501 Broadway, Mount Vernon. Browse their inventory online at fordsquare.com or find them on Facebook. 2:35 to play in the first. 6-0 Comanches on top. Reeves the quarterback under center. Bradford is split to the left with Zane Young on the right. Same person on the backfield with Miller Gray as an addition. Reeves is going to roll to the left side, keep himself, go up the middle, gets to midfield between the hashes. Look to cut to the outside left and gets to about the 49-48. So a good gain there by the Rams, maybe about 10 yards.
I'm not so certain that wasn't a busted play because Clayton spun around, was looking for somebody. The backfield was as empty as a shopping mall parking lot on Christmas Day, and he had to take and run for the first down.
Sorry, I love good analogies.
Well, that's a good description.
Similes.
Shopping parking lot on a Christmas Day.
Man.
There's nobody there.
Well, nobody here. 1st and 10. Rams have it on the Cahokia 48. We'll drop below the 2-minute mark in the first. Cahokia on top, 6-0. In motion, it's going to be Lloyd. Did they get Cahokia to step off sides? We'll see if it's that or illegal motion.
Well, we'll see.
We've seen both plenty of times.
Oh, plenty of times. Well, let's see who they talk to first. The White Hats looking. They're going to march it off against Cahokia. That's their second penalty for 15 yards tonight. I bet some people on this east side or south side over here towards the junkyard, I bet they got their radios on watching the game. Flash your headlights if you're listening to us.
There we go.
There we go.
Always helps.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you.
to see you could join us over there. Thanks for
They're
listening.
doing it the smart way.
Oh, there's no
Heat
doubt.
on, lights to help them see. There you go.
See?
And they know. Actually, they may not know, so I'll
There's
tell them
another
real quick.
one. We appreciate that
1:40 to
over
play
there.
in the opening quarter. It's first. Get it started. I love it. We're going to have some fun here tonight. It's going to be a handoff up the left side. Looked like it was Doug Gardner getting his number called. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Rams on the gain of 1, the assumed gain of 1. 1:26 to play in the opening quarter. Glad to have you with us, whether you're here or not.
Yeah, I can see us getting a football delay for people flashing lights because we're egging them on. But
you know
thanks
what?
for listening out there. We appreciate it.
It adds something to the atmosphere because you have to create your own.
Sometimes in athletics, you have to create your own excitement, and these two teams are going through that right now with not much of a crowd here tonight. You got to make your own self. You got people that want to be here and want to pad up in a game like this.
6-0, Cahokia on top. We drop below a minute. Double wingback set spread out here for the Rams. Man in motion is going to be DeVar Davis, who will come toward the right slot. Reeves, your quarterback, is going to pitch it to this right side. Doug Gardner, nice little shimmy there. Gets to the 40 near side, 35, down to the 20. Make that the 31-yard line. I'll learn how to read a football field one of these years.
Oh, no.
It'll be 1st and 10, but.
Well, anyway, something off to the northwest I saw is going to be an issue. But first, you're going to see a lot of blocking from the Mount Vernon line, a zone blocking technique. What I mean is they're going to go by levels. What's in front of them, what's next level linebackers, what's the next level after that. And then you're going to see them veer in to the inside and block them up toward the football in the middle of the field. That way guys can get to the outside where the running ability for the speed guys is able to get out there.
Ball on the near hash at about the 31. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. 26 seconds to go on your first quarter clock. Rams down 6-0. Jacoby Marshall split to the left side. Man in motion will be Miller Gray. And that is where the handoff's going. He's pushed back to the 40. He's going to have to make something happen. Gets to about the 35. Still on his feet, 33. That could have been a lot worse than what it turned out to be. It'll just be a loss of a couple instead of a loss of about 10. That should be the final play of the first quarter. Bear with us tonight. We'll try to see the numbers. They're going to get pretty muddy out there on a rainy Friday night here in Mount Vernon, 42 degrees in the King City. And we have reached the end of the first quarter. The Cahokia Comanches 6, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. This is Mount Vernon football on WMIX.
The tradition of fine vehicles and great service continues at Second Chance Auto. They've been providing quality cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for families like yours for over 32 years. And many are priced under $10,000. Plus, most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Bank rate financing available with instant approval. No gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals on great vehicles from your friends and neighbors at Second Chance Auto. Living and contributing back to the community they serve. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Or call 244-4582.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dixonitis. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's go back out to the gridiron on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, as we get a quick start to this second quarter. It's going to be a handoff. I thought DeVar Davis came up the near side. Wow, a little bit of a loss.
Yep, another loss. Mount Vernon not going the way they need to go, as they say.
Trying to get my bearings about me with all of the goings on in Southern Illinois. Jason Mott, of course, is in for the Cardinals. They lead 6-3. As they head to the bottom of the ninth in Hotlanta, 11:30 to play here in the first half. Rams trailing Cahokia 6-0. It'll be 3rd and 16. The ball will be on the Cahokia 37-yard line. They'll split Jacoby Marshall left. Wingbacks, of course, will be C.J. Lloyd near. Behind him will be Doug Gardner on the right. It looks like that could be Miller Gray. Lloyd's in motion. Reeves is going to have to roll the near side. Would-be tackler slips away, trying to get a throw off, and it's going to be overthrown for Pat Bradford, who sneaks into the picture over the top. And it'll be 4th and 16 for the Rams. Clock will stop the 11:08 mark in the second quarter. Still 6-0 Cahokia. They are on top. Rams football is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. What's going on down? Trying to get a dry ball in there, perhaps? Trying to get the official to see him? No?
A lot of screaming going on down there, whatever the case may be.
Coach Shaner does not appear to be happy. 11:08 to play here in the first half. 6-0. Rams will punt. Bradford on about the 50. Going to try to pin him back. This one could get away, and it will. That'll be in the end zone. Touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Comanches. On about, looked to be about a 55-yard punt into the end zone for Pat Bradford. 11:01 to play in this first half. 6-0 Cahokia on top. We have any scores from around the area?
We've got lots of scores. Right now, in a lightning delay, Marion leads Centralia in the first quarter 7-6. That's what I saw across the way. SVWW over Carmine home 12-6. Fairfield trails JC at home 8-6 first quarter. Benton over Massac on the road 7-0 first quarter. West Frankfort trails Heron 7-0 in the one, and Murphy over Heron 14-7, and DuQuoin over Pinckneyville 14-0 in the one.
Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. Tony invites you to come in and join the State Farm team. He is located at the corner of 42nd and South Water Tower in Mount Vernon, or online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Uh-oh.
What is the situation?
Well, that wasn't the light on top of a radio tower anywhere that I just saw flashing. Eek. Certainly don't need any of that.
Yeah,
So
that was the cell that has delayed
Steelville,
Marion at Centralia.
Steelville.
I don't know where you got Steelville
I have
from.
no idea. Probably because that's what I'm looking at on the map. Be that as it may, Bering's somewhat coming back.
And having unsportsmanlike conduct maybe on Cahokia. As at the 20-yard line. Remember, it went in the end zone. Nothing going on. It's a 20-yard line, so better mark that one out.
Well, you know what? Something like that we understand.
Yeah.
That's why we continually rework the Saturday Sports Show lineup day in and day out. Hope that person feels better. That is not a fun experience from what I gather. 11:01 to play in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Comanches from their own 20. After the touchback off the punt, handoff's going to go up the left side to number 25, Akins, fighting for yardage, breaks a couple of tackles. Outside, gets to about the 35, rolls near the 40. Be a sizable game for Akins.
Yeah, Atkins is not the guy that you see in the commercials from Missouri Politics.
So they're going with Atkins, I see.
Yeah, they went with Atkins. That's a quick-moving sell because when that started over there, it's already almost out of our view of the press box.
There you have it.
Based on the light show.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Cahokia. The ball will be on their own 37-yard line, spotted on the far hash from our perspective. Out of the eye, split left and right. The quarterback, Perry, is under center. The handoff looked like to be to number 15 that time, DeMario Phillips. Slight gain. It'll bring up 2nd and about 9 for Cahokia. 10:30 mark of this first half. Rams football is presented by Community First Bank. Familiar faces, new places. Bank with Ray and Bria, Community First Bank's 42nd Street location, and welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
5-yard penalty on Cahokia. They're 3rd for 20.
10-10 remains here in the first half. 6-0 Comanches on top. Looking to strike here. They'll go split left, split right out of the eye. Quarterback Perry will be under center. Handoff's going to come up to Atkins near side. Pushes his man out of the way. Good block there, though, coming up this far near side. Past the 40, down to about roughly the 42-yard line. Would be a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 5 now for the
That
Comanches.
is called, I got a lineman really big in front of me. I'm a smaller guy, so I'm going to sit here and hide behind him, and he almost got the job done.
Get some pretty good blocks, aren't they? 6-0 is your score. Cahokia on top. 9:33 mark of this second quarter. Glad to have you with us. WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Is the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour, where it is 42 degrees in Mount Vernon. This ball spotted near hash at the 42. Cahokia territory out of the eye. The quarterback, Perry, will keep it himself to the 45, now to about the 46.5. Be a gain of about 3.5-ish. Would make it 4th and short. Interestingly enough. Tell you what you don't know or understand about your existing policies could end up hurting you or your family. With the right help from Country Financial, almost any family can achieve financial security. Develop a plan that meets your goals with your Country Financial representative in Mount Vernon, Sarah Staley. A Ram Booster sponsor here on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. You'll hear the cowbells. Loud and proud, what few of them there are. 4th and short for Cahokia. Ball on the 47, and that's going to be a QB keeper.
Just enough.
Looked like it. Looked like the ball came past the first down marker from our perspective. We'll see what the officials rule and how they spot the ball.
I hate to say this, but too many games around here are getting lit up for delays. There's another bolt over there. I'm going to be shocked because DuQuoin at Pinckneyville and Marion at Centralia, as well as El Dorado at Chester right now under delays.
We shall see what happens here in the King City. 8:24 to go in the first half. 6-0. Comanches on top, looking to roll. That was first down yardage on the quarterback sneak. It'll be 1st and 10. The ball on the Cahokia 48 near hash as the clock will roll to the 8:12 mark. Awaiting the Comanches. That
was closer.
That one was a lot closer. Surprised that nothing has picked that up. And this is going to be to Atkins up the left side off tackle, past midfield, in between the hashes to about the 46-yard line.
Surprisingly, Cahokia is winning the battle of the line of scrimmage right now, and they are pushing Mount Vernon back at will anytime they want to. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon, they just cannot stop it right now, at least early.
7:40 to play in this first half. It's 6-0. Cahokia on top. The clock continues to roll. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Cardinals on top, 6-3. There's closer lightning now.
Yeah.
You wonder if they are ignoring, or you wonder if they are just unaware of.
Well, there's a referee looking straight to the north. I don't know. There's another bolt to the west, which would tell me about DuQuoin Pinckneyville.
Right. Interesting. Out of the eye, here it comes. It's going to go up the left side. Fresh back is Jalen Thomas looking to break a tackle. Gets to the 40, spins around at the 35 where he's brought down by a Ram tackler. Looked to be Grider in on the tackle.
That is a fresh back, and there it is. Timeout Mount Vernon. That is not a delay. It's timeout Mount Vernon.
This timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop at Mount Vernon. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop, proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by and get to know them at 2339 Broadway, or find them at medicineshopmountvernon.com. That's MT Vernon. In case you want to visit them right now and you're watching on MyWithersRadio.com. 7:07 to play in the first half. 6-0. Cahokia leads this one. We understand, though, that the Braves have the tying run at the plate with 2 outs at the bottom of the 9th after, I believe, a Freddie Freeman double.
I believe that game's shot, by the way.
Do what?
That game is over.
Should be. Like an old info?
Maybe I got too quick. Somebody might have tweeted too quick on my end.
I got you.
I don't know how we're going to keep going here, Chris. There is too much.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
And I am somebody that wants to try to get games in whenever you can. I don't understand the ignorance. How can you not see that?
Well,
I'm not saying that they're ignorant gentlemen. I'm just saying that there has to be some ignorance
involved. If there is a lightning meter here, and it is not in the area, they do have those things, that it may not be close enough here. However, what is the norm now is see it, stop it. That's what usually happens in sporting events. So
a track meet about 6 years ago made it that way.
Well, again, and then they changed the rules, and they have these lightning meters that can read that. And usually within 15 miles like that one you can see over there, that's got to be close.
That is very close. 7:07 to play in this first half. Cahokia out of the eye. Ball on the Ram 34. Looking back to pass, looking for the sack. Looked like that might have been a very muddy Graham Hinckinen on the sack. Gets it beyond the 40 at about the 43-yard line or such. It would be about a 9-yard sack if it holds where I spot it. Oh, they're not going to spot it where I say they should. Of course not. It'll be about the 40.
They never asked the booth.
It'll be between the hashes, 2nd and 15 for the Comanches. So the Cardinals will now play the Washington Nationals at home on Sunday. I believe that to be about a 1:12 pregame on the Cardinals radio network. 7 minutes to play in the first half. 6-0 is your score. Cahokia looking to make a run of it here. That'll be a handoff up the left side. Trying to go off tackle. Looked like. Got past the initial line of scrimmage. Trying to find the new ball carrier. That was Kendrick Joshua. Doubles as a linebacker on the Comanche defense. So not quite first down yardage. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 8 here for Cahokia.
Well, game over in Atlanta, but that didn't stop them from throwing things. They're still chucking things
Well,
on
and
the
I
field.
understand the situation. Chipper Jones's last game. I understand the frustration. I understand the shortcomings from a year ago.
After that, those officials,
I set for the Comanches. Handoff to Atkins, it looked like. Almost brought down, broke a tackle. Now will drive for first down yardage as he dives past about the 25. My depth perception is not great. It'll be at about the 21-yard line, a gain of 11 for Atkins on the ground. So 6 minutes to play here in the first half. 6-0 Comanches on top, trying to get an extra score in before the halftime break. And haven't seen many streaks of lightning.
Oh, I've several.
Of course, I quit looking.
Well, yeah, a lot of other people quit looking as well.
Rams football, of course, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dixon, and Woodlawn. Welcome back to Personal Banking. ComFirst, of course, proud to be the official voice of the Rams on WMIX. Off tackle up the right. That's a good tackle.
Oh, yeah.
For probably a no gain. The ball carrier was number 30, Deshaun Campbell.
You could see the Ram player. You give the name.
Believe the tackle came from Nathan Ford, who's had some pretty big tackles over the past few games.
Well, and you see the fact that he was in there, shed a blocker, and then made the tackle. That made it even more special. Wow, that's closer.
Yeah.
That lightning.
Man, oh man. 5:05 to play in the first half. Video online at mywithersradio.com is fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson. Follow them on Twitter. Find them on Facebook or log on to dales-hd.com. Carrier will go up the left side off tackle. First down yardage, maybe more, as we're at about the 10. Right about the 10, actually. Should be a gain of about 12, I believe, maybe from Jalen Thomas. It was a clean uniform.
Jalen Thomas, clean uniform, number 1. He got about 12.
It's his second carry tonight.
They used 2 backs in the first quarter. They've used 2 backs here in the second quarter.
Clock will stop at 4:45. Player down for the orange and black, laying at about the 26-yard line. 4:45 remains in this first half at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 6-0 is your score. Cahokia on top. Of course, Dale's HD, let us tell you a little bit more about them. They have bikes as low as $29.95, and there's always a party every weekend. Dale's Harley-Davidson. Again, find them online. Log on to dales-hd.com. Thought I heard thunder.
I'm agitating someone behind me with some college basketball.
That'll happen.
I know. Can't hardly look back there. There's this sweatshirt.
There's lightning still
in
the foreground.
They're done. Thanks for coming.
So there you have it. We will have a lightning delay here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We will keep you up to date. The best way to stay up to date right now for your updates to follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We will tweet there, twitter.com/WMIX Sports. We may break into the air occasionally depending upon what happens. Some rain starting to get heavy here at the stadium. We'll try to break in and when necessary here on WMIX. Stay on Twitter at WMIX Sports. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports as well. So Facebook, Twitter. I'll tell you what, the easiest link, and I'm linking this a little early, log on to WMIXsports.com. You can find all the links you want there. So go there. We'll keep you up to date as to when we will resume play. Earliest we could possibly do it would be at about 8:09. I believe would be the earliest time. I had about a 4:39 spottage of lightning, so every strike will set us back a half an hour. So stay tuned here to WMIX. In the meantime, for right now, we will just simply take it back to more of America's best music, AM 940, WMIX. And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium after a bit of a lightning delay. We left the air at about 7:39. Actually, that's the time the delay started. It was about 7:39 p.m. So we will get underway at about 8:50. with the Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Cahokia Comanches. As we do have people still here, it's good to see those of you that have stuck around, be it in your cars or be it those of you who may be listening to us now that might still be in the parking lot across from H building. Of course, we do still have our friends to the left we talked about earlier.
Yeah, flash your lights if you're over there.
I saw some lights flashing a second ago, so I believe they are still with us. So we are glad to have them. But we are back here at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We will start with approximately 4:45 remaining in the second quarter. Cahokia on top 6-0. We will get you set with some scores here in just a moment. Some games that have continued throughout the region. Some games, of course, now in a lightning delay that are getting this front and this weather system a little bit behind us. So we'll let you know what's going on around the region. Remind you, Rams football, as always, is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Familiar faces, new places. Bank with Ray and Bria, Community First Bank's 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. And welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. So about 7 minutes were initially put back on the clock to warm up. We're down to about 3 minutes and 50 seconds before we hopefully get back to play here. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jesse Clark is back in our Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow helping bring you the video that's back online at mywithersradio.com. So a busy night here in terms of high school football. Has been somewhat sluggish over the past hour or so. We do have some score updates from around the region that we're going to get here momentarily, presented by Tony Wilt State Farm Insurance.
Second quarter here, Cahokia over Mount Vernon 6-0. Delay now resuming. Altoff leads Carbondale at the end of the first quarter 6-0. They're going to go without halftime. In the late first quarter, Marion 14, Centralia 6. They are in a delay and coming out here in just a little bit. In the Black Diamond, it is SVWW leading Carmi 20-6. They've been in delay. They are thinking about rescheduling at 9 o'clock, restarting anyway. Chester over El Dorado 26-6 at the half. Alvarado Trico leads at Hamilton County 8-6. Johnston City trails at Fairfield 12-8. That game in a lightning delay. Benton and Massac County have been delayed. They are restarted now at 19-0 Benton in the third. Harrisburg over West Frankfort 21-0 in the second. Heron and Murphy in a delay at Murphy, 14-all. DuQuoin and Pinckneyville, it is 14-0 DuQuoin in the second quarter. The early word still trying to confirm as that game was postponed until tomorrow. Not sure what's happening there. Carterville is leading Sparta in the second quarter, 38-14. And one final already. AJ has defeated Nashville tonight by a score of 42-0. AJ now in the playoffs once again.
Those scoreboard updates are presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm Insurance agent in Mount Vernon, located on the corner of 42nd and South Water Tower. You can find him online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. So we'll get started in about a couple of minutes here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Still in the first half. We'll have about 4:45 remaining in the second quarter. Again, Cahokia is on top 6-0, and we still have some rain in the forecast for the rest of what we assume will be this game, but however, it's clearing off to the the east and northeast. It's still about 40 degrees, 42 degrees here in Mount Vernon. From the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios located at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, driven by King City Chrysler, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. KingCityChrysler.com is where you can view their new and pre-owned inventory right now, 1.9% financed for up to 84 months on Ram 1500 pickups. King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway, Mount Vernon. Glad to have you with us, of course, as we are about to resume play. Not a lot of folks. Actually, no, some starting to make the trek back into the stands here. A lightning delay that started at 7:39. Pushed us behind somewhat. This was a game that was moving ever so quickly, but really, you think in terms of good weather, we're really not going to be that far behind where we traditionally be at halftime. But that said, we have yet to hit halftime, so we'll see if we're still going to have the homecoming festivities. I can't fathom that we would. I think we've even been updated that we are not.
Yeah, they are not going to have those. We will blow through those. I'm curious to see after this long delay with only about 4:45 left till half. Some of the games in the area have skipped halftime because they got canceled or stopped in the middle of the second quarter. And one game tomorrow, DuQuoin will go to Pinckneyville tomorrow at 1 p.m. So that's the only game that's actually knocked it back till tomorrow. Everybody else still at this point looking to finish games out. Here, the homecoming festivities at half have been canceled, so we will not have that. I'm curious to see if we will even have a halftime tonight because of the amount of rain and delay that, getting kids from Cahokia back to Cahokia tonight.
Well, with a break roughly of about an hour and 11 minutes or so, you've had plenty of time to talk in the locker room, you've had plenty of time to rest, and really with a clock that's run, actually I would say stopped sparingly throughout with the running game employed here with the rains that we've had, you've really had enough of a break to where you really wouldn't need to go in that locker room and disrupt the momentum again. So we'll see what happens here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Glad to have you with us. 4:45 is back on the clock. The Cahokia Comanches have possession of the football. On top 6-0, looking to get another score in before the break. It'll be first and goal on the Mount Vernon 9 for the Comanches here. Again, 4:45 remains in this second quarter. And we are about to resume play. We'll have a Rend Lake College player of the game coming up after this one. Rend Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu to see how you can save thousands. Whew.
Tough to come out. Hour and 10-minute delay. Tough to come out and start and try to keep Cahokia out of the end zone. First and goal for the Comanches.
They will go out of the I formation with the quarterback Perry under center. Split to the right side. It'll be Dale Gant. Ooh, trying to hand off, and it'll go left side. Looks like it's Jalen Thomas, and he'll be tackled for a loss. Looks like maybe a little bit of miscommunication.
The quarterback and running back ran into each other. Got confused, got sampled on each other, and then all of a sudden got run into, and the Rams knocked him back for what turned into about an 8-yard loss. Good start for Mount Vernon here defensively.
Second and goal from about the 16.5-yard line. Ball will be spotted on the far hash. And we'll see the personnel for the Comanches here in just a moment. The quarterback, of course, Darby Perry, a junior quarterback, 5'10", 150 pounds, captaining this offense for the Comanches. Got to speak with Coach Galladay briefly during the delay. Got to speak with Coach Shaner during the delay. It was a nice time up here. We made the best of it in the press box. I formation under center. Perry's going to keep it himself. He didn't get much on it. Stayed along that far hash and maybe got a couple of yards on the play.
This is a kind of night where you never know what may happen in this one because of the fact of the weather coming out after delay, what kids are going to be doing, talking, thinking about.
Especially tomorrow being homecoming here in the King City. We'll see what happens. See how the emotions pour out here. 3:30 to play in the first half. 6-0 Cahokia on top. Split to the left side, possibly Hogan. On the right, looks like Gant. I formation here for the Comanches. Handoff will go to the tailback, trying to break up the left side. Looked like he might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be third and goal here for the Comanches.
The black shirts are excited.
They're ready to go.
Up as they're excited. They made three good plays now, looking to make a fourth. Now, if you can keep that momentum, keep the ball, get that ball back, and hold Cahokia going to halftime down 6-0, that'd be a heck of a way to end this first half.
I think it would be as well. Pardon me, that'll actually be fourth and goal from the 10-yard line for the Comanches. 2:50 to play in the first half. The clock will roll. Comanches up 6-0. Still out of the ice set. Perry, the quarterback, under center, and he is looking to roll out of. No, rolls off, breaks out a touchdown off the handoff. Got everybody biting on that one. A 10-yard run off tackle right side for number 25, Kevion Atkins. And it's 12-0 Cahokia.
That's tough. After making all those plays, bit on the fake, but Mount Vernon, that's hard to give up there at that point. Tough one to take.
Made it look convincing, and they don't want to be too presumptuous. We will assume that they will go for two. Here at the 2:37 mark of this first half. Again, glad to have you with us. WMIX video online at mywithersradio.com, back and running. As the radar looks to be a lot better for us. Not very many in attendance here tonight. Perry, the quarterback, under center, going for two, split left and right. And this time he is going to roll out himself, hooks around the left, far corner, two. Starts say far corner touchdown, far corner for two. It's 14-0. Woof. Somewhat of a chilly night here at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium as the weather turns to football, weather turns to fall.
Yeah, and that's a hard one to take there because you had them dead to rights there, and now you find yourself down 14-0 heading in the half, and that, unfortunately, for Mount Vernon doesn't help them at all as far as momentum goes.
2:37 on the ground doesn't offer a lot of time to try to come back unless you get a sizable return, I would think, off of the kickoff. We'll see what happens here for the Rams. Down 2 touchdowns, 14-0, 2:37 remaining here in the first half. We'll have your Second Chance Auto halftime show coming up after the break, and, of course, Second Chance Auto, been around for well over 30 years. I believe in their 32nd year, they're off of Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. For over 32 years, Second Chance is proud to have put families throughout the region in dependable vehicles at reasonable prices. Second Chance Auto, proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. We'll have that halftime report coming up. 2:37 to go here in the first half, 14-0. Rams trail. Back to return. Your far man, I should say, will be C.J. Lloyd. Here, your near man at about the 5 will be Derek Hunter. On to kick will be Adam Smith, the senior, 6'2", 200 pounds.
And this field is still taking in rain. We are still long from that window of no rain.
I am mesmerized by the puddles and rivers and streams out there on the field. The kickoff will sail towards the far side, picked up by C.J. Lloyd at about the 9. Now trying to wedge up the middle, leveled at about the 20, between the hashes, 22.
Wow.
Hopefully going to get up unscathed.
There's a, no, is that a puddle? Yeah, Lloyd took a shot. And that was a lick almost above the shoulder pads.
Yikes. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 23-yard line. 2:30 to play in this first half. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. We're near the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Jeff Crow is with us, bringing you the video on MyWithersRadio.com, fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. No smoke in the mirror deals at Dale's. They have bikes as low as $29.95, a party every weekend, and Dale's is the only Harley dealer in Southern Illinois that offers a 10-year life-of-cycle warranty. Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon on Facebook, Twitter, and Dales-HD.com as they check on C.J. Lloyd out there on the field. Certainly hope that he will be okay, but did take a hard hit on the kickoff return. Working on the Saturday Sports Show. We already have some finals in the books. We'll try to get you a lineup here. Pretty exciting Saturday Sports Show lineups this morning. We do have a couple of our guest books. We'll share that lineup through you throughout the night. One guest is a new face, new voice on the Saturday Sports Show. Pretty excited about him tomorrow. We'll tell you about that a little bit later on. We always keep you up to date on the lineup on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Also on Twitter. Follow us at WMIX Sports. Stay up to date with everything going on. So the ball will be spotted on the near hash. 1st and 10 for the Rams. 2:31 to play with here in the second quarter. Saw a flash of a camera. Might have been fooled for lightning there for a second. Thank goodness that's all it was. Reeves, the quarterback, will be under center. In motion for the Rams. It's going to be a quick turnaround pass. Tipped away. Batted down by number 7, Darnell Beverly. Ooh, that could have been disastrous for the orange and black.
Yeah, it could have been ugly. That ball was tipped. And on a night like tonight, short passes are going to have to be the only way you do things. And that one's deflected at the line of scrimmage. It's not going to be real hard for a lineman to try to make penetration. Then when you know you're not, jump up and get your hands in the air and deflect those short passes.
Split to the left side. It'll be Pat Bradford. On the right, it'll be Zane Young. Your wingbacks are Andrew Heiner, the near man. The far man, I believe, to be Miller Gray. And your fullback will be number 6, Doug Gardner. In motion, it will be Heiner. Handoff. Actually, it'll be kept by Reeves. Reeves looked to have been handing off, I should say, to Doug Gardner. Keeps it himself, and will run for a loss. He tried to break to the far hash.
That play was busted from the beginning because it was one of those there. The Cahokia defense really got aggressive, sent a blitz in that time, linebacking core, and you can see Mount Vernon didn't have the numbers to block. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon now, it becomes 3rd and about 14 to try to get a first down with this clock running under 2 minutes in the first half.
Well, not a lot of time. 3rd and 13 for the Mount Vernon Rams. Ball on their own 20. It's along the far hash. Split to the right. It'll be Zane Young. Same personnel here. Split to the left, of course, it'll be Pat Bradford. The wingbacks will be loaded up on the left side, unbalanced. Quick pitch going to come near side. It'll be to Gardner. Shakes a man at about the 20. Trying to cut back between the hashes, shy of the 25, about the 23. Gain of about 2.5 will be all for naught. It'll still be 4th and long for the Rams with 1:32 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, Mount Vernon right now, unofficially by my count, -6 yards rushing in this quarter. And that would be the total offense as well, as they've been throwing the ball twice in this quarter, not completing a pass.
So it'll be Bradford on to punt. Cahokia looking for the return. Their man is about the 45. Shading towards the far hash, but between the hashes as we speak, trying to avoid the puddles. Those are more than puddles at this point. 1:04 to play in this first half. Low snap picked up by Bradford, able to get the kick off. Oh. It'll stop in a puddle beyond the 40, about halfway between that and the 50.
Think golfers, think Pro V1, Titleist Pro V1, the way that ball stopped in that puddle, just spun. And Cahokia is going to have the short field again, 55 seconds to go, all 3 timeouts. An opportunity for the Comanches to take it down the field and get another score.
So that one literally died in a puddle.
And again, Cahokia has dominated the second quarter. Time, score, and rushing. They are well beyond Mount Vernon rushing the football. No, Mount Vernon has completed one pass, only pass in the game, but in the first quarter, but it went for -5.
Right.
So total yards of passing in this game is -5.
Ball will be spotted on the 41 in Ram territory. Cahokia with the first down out of the I formation. The handoff to Atkins up the left side off tackle. Still on his feet at about the 35. Makes a break for it at the 30. Gets within the 20. Just about anyway, and that'll be a significant run.
He has been a handful.
More than 30 yards, if my spot is correct.
Has been a handful. Another first down, 10 for Cahokia in the game so far, 6 in the second quarter. And they have somehow been able to get the ball up the field. Now the clock will start, and they are not at the line of scrimmage. So they need to call timeout here to save some precious seconds off this clock.
About a 40,
and now they do.
About a 41-yard gain for Atkins on the run. Wow. 34.6 seconds to go in the first half. 14-0 Cahokia trying to threaten. We do have a timeout. This timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon are proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Next time you need a prescription, or perhaps the next time that you need home medical equipment, find out more at medicineshopmountvernon.com. That's MT Vernon. Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Curious as to the pictures being taken toward us. I mean, there's... It's not a homecoming background picture you want to stick in the yearbook, that's for sure.
What's that?
Flashing the camera this way, taking pictures.
Probably
Lots of umbrellas and things over there.
Trying to get the dedicated fans, I would assume. First and 10 from the Mount Vernon 18 for the Comanches. I formation, split to the right, it'll be Gant. The quarterback is Perry. Looks like a fumble. Who steps on it? Jumps on it, slobbers on it, whatever at this point.
Mount Vernon gets it. No, let's see. Hold on. Is the clock still moving? Nope.
Clock stopped at 35.4.
Cahokia has it.
So Cahokia maintains possession
And a
on
timeout.
The fumble. Timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Stop by and get to know Eric Black and his staff. In case you haven't heard, they are new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Pharmacy, home medical equipment. Find out more at medicineshopmountvernon.com. Past the top of the hour here, WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Glad to have you with us, whether you're on your radio or online, watching at mywithersradio.com. 14-0 is your score. Cahokia on top out of the timeout. They'll have it 2nd and 9 from the Mount Vernon 17. Ball will be spotted on the far hash. Stay up to date with the goings-on on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. You can follow us on Twitter, also at WMIX Sports. Man. Rams will come out of the timeout huddle here. The defense getting ready to go against this I set for the Comanches. Split to the right side. Looks like we have Gant on the left. Looks like it might be number 5, Keenan Hogan. And they'll be coming up the right side. Good roll out there, and it's going to be number, I think, Atkins again with a 17-yarder. Just came out of nowhere, blazing up that left side, and was able to run in for the touchdown.
The blocking was there, and he does a very good job of staying hidden behind his blockers. And because of that, you see him able to skip through, and nobody can find him. By the time they find him, he's not a tiny guy. You can't see him until he's past you or even with you, and at that point, it's lights out. And now Mount Vernon down 20. And Cahokia will go for 2.
Trying to make it 22-0. It's 20-0 with 29.2 seconds left to go here in the half. And I think at this point for the Rams, half can't come quick enough. And it'll be a handoff. Looking to go up the right, and not much there. Good stop there by the Rams. Thomas Weber, among others, and company. And on that tackle, they tried to go right.
And Mount Vernon's got an uphill climb here at the half. That's stating the obvious, I could say.
29.2 seconds left to go. First half action, J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center.
Cahokia is taking advantage of short field. Turnovers. Actually, no turnovers. Short field and weather conditions to their advantage.
So back for the Rams to return. It'll be Doug Gardner and Derek Hunter. 29.2 seconds left. Second Chance Auto halftime show will be coming up here in just a moment, we assume. We'll let you know what happens. 20-0 on the failed after the failed 2-point attempt. Cahokia on top. 29 seconds left to go in this first half. The kick will be a squibber on the ground after a hop. Somebody's got to fall on it. They do it about the 32 in the puddle. It's got to be a cold puddle in this cold October rain.
On a field like this, that ball gets in there and it goes 10 yards. It can stop in the puddles, and you got to be very alert if you're Mount Vernon receiving that. Now, curious to see what Mount Vernon does regarding this last 27 seconds, what they want to do with it.
First and 10 for the Rams. The ball will be on the near hash at their own 32-yard line with 27 seconds left in the half. Can't imagine this wet weather that we've had that they will be able to get much accomplished through the air, but we'll see. Reeves, the quarterback, under center. Split to the left, it's Bradford. On the right, it's Zane Young. Heiner, Grider, and Gardner are your wing backs. And
that's 5 yards.
You bet. Cahokia offside.
That's our fourth penalty of the night for 25 yards.
If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. So back it up 5 yards. First and 5 now for the Rams. The ball moves up to their own 47, and move it however you can. It's good free yardage with no time taken off. We'll have a scoreboard update coming up for you at the half, assuming we have a halftime. It'll be a wait and see, I would assume, at least from our perspective. Hunter will be split to the left with Young on the right. Same wingback personnel here for the Rams. It's Grider, Heiner, and Gardner. Reeves, your quarterback, is under center. Man in motion is going to be Grider. Reeves is looking to pass, and he's going to throw a fade pass near side for Hunter, who's out of bounds. Caught the ball, an impressive catch, but he was well out of bounds by the time he caught up with it. And it'll be 2nd and 5. Stops the clock at 22.5 seconds. Not a bad effort.
Not a bad effort. The problem was the receiver got pinned to the sideline. The corner gave him some coverage and ran him to the outside. When you get, as a receiver, pin yourself to the sideline that much, you got nowhere to go and you're not going to make the catch.
Bring him in a little tighter this time. Same personnel for the Rams out of the double wingback spread. It'll be a handoff up the middle to Gardner, trying to come up near. Shy of the 40 at about maybe to 38, a gain of 1 if lucky. It'll bring up 3rd and 4-ish with 13 seconds. You can hear everybody here tonight. There's still a few Cahokia fans remaining. I think the same amount. There weren't many to begin with. We have reached the half, and they are going towards the locker room, so we will assume we will have a full halftime. 20-0 Cahokia at the half. When we come back, we'll have your Second Chance Auto halftime show. This is Rams Football from WMIX Sports.
What happened in the game last night? Did you hear that score? What did Coach think of the team's effort? Find the answers to these questions and more on the Saturday Sports Show. Every week following the 8 o'clock news, WMIX Sports finds the answers you need and discovers a different side of your favorite coach with our question of the week. Join WMIX Sports for the Saturday Sports Show on AM 940 and MyWinnersRadio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
How many times have you heard dealers telling you now is the best time to trade? Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer, Ford Square, Mount Vernon. I really do need your truck trade and want to make it worth your time with big savings. It doesn't matter which Ford F-Series truck has your eye because you will save. We are discounting up to $5,500 off of an MSRP on a new 2012 F-150 Super Cab, up to $5,000 off a F-250 Crew Cab, or up to $4,000 off a new 2012 F-250 regular cab. Need a little more power? We can offer up to $6,250 off a new F-250 regular cab diesel or F-350 diesel crew cab. Show me your truck trade and I'll show you savings. Come see one of our sales consultants to save big money and drive away in a Ford F-Series or any Ford Lincoln model. New or pre-owned at Ford Square, 51 Broadway, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois welcomes Dr. Beth Conradi to their medical staff. Dr. Conradi specializes in comprehensive pain management using a multidisciplinary team approach by working with other specialists for optimal diagnosis and treatment of pain. Dr. Conradi will treat most conditions of the spine, including management of cancer pain. Dr. Beth Conradi, helping to make life better day after day at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon. Call 618-242-3778.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium here at the half. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Cahokia Comanches 20-0. We're here for the Second Chance Auto halftime show from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. And, of course, Second Chance Auto, been proud Rams supporters for quite a while. Second Chance Auto believes in lasting relationships, and that's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. The largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in one location, most priced under $10,000. It's Second Chance Auto, proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. We will have your Heartland Accounting halftime stats coming up here in just a moment, amongst some other things here on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Glad to have you with us. Glad that you stuck around for Mount Vernon Rams football. We do need to take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at those Heartland Accounting halftime stats. This is Rams football from WMIX.
I'm meteorologist Dave Samuel. So look at your next rad weather. We have the coolest air of the season descending on the area. And behind the cold front, we'll see rain for a time tonight, most likely during the evening. Could continue until a few hours after midnight. Your low 39 chilly degrees. Much cooler tomorrow than it has been over the past few days. We'll have a high of 58 degrees. Low morning clouds and some afternoon sun. Tomorrow night partly cloudy, maybe some frost, low 33. Sunday, lots of sunshine, but still cool, the high of 55. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Do you feel like there just isn't enough time to get everything done? Back-to-school errands taking up all of your spare time? Hi, this is Monica Wilt with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon, and I can help. Sign up for online banking at peoplesnationalbank.com and save time by paying all of your bills on the web. Just set up a vendor, enter the amount, and you're done. Online banking from People's National Bank. Let us help you take back your spare time.
People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. How does Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon stay the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois? How about free pickup and delivery and being the home of the $29.95 oil change? Plus, get financing as low as 1.5 APR, along with the best selection of certified pre-owned Harley-Davidsons. So now you know how Dale's Harley-Davidson stays number one. Dale's Harley-Davidson, open every day but Wednesday, just off of I-57 in Mount Vernon. Visit dales-hd.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Watch Rams football online at mywithersradio.com. Fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson.
And we welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios for your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Second Chance Auto believes in lasting relationships, and that's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. The largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in one location, most priced under $10,000. It's Second Chance Auto, proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside here in Mount Vernon, where the Rams trail the Comanches 20-0. And Danny, the Rams, after that long lightning delay of about an hour and 15 minutes, showed promise. But ultimately, for that 4:45 left in the second quarter, just a little too much to overcome.
A little too much to go, but again, it's a tough situation. And a case where Mount Vernon has had their opportunities. And you have to credit a Cahokia team, a 3-3 team, where you're shocked where they've been able to punch it in and do some things in a short field. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon, Cahokia's taken advantage of that and has this lead to half 20-0. And basically, it's been Cahokia's ability to run the football. They've been pounding it off tackle. Nothing fancy in this weather. And again, it's a case that, you know, you have to be very impressed with Cahokia because usually they're thought of a team that likes to throw the football and get it out and going. They've been running off tackle, power football in this mud, and they've looked very impressive.
That they have. Of course, we need to take a look at the Heartland Accounting halftime stats here. Heartland Accounting, of course, proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Get your business started right at Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B, your small business expert. Let's take a look at the stats.
Well, here we go. You got the stats. First downs, Mount Vernon with 3, all those in the first quarter. Cahokia has 11. Turnovers are even at 0. How shockingly, neither team has a turnover in this muck. Penalties, Mount Vernon 1 for 5, Cahokia 4 for 25. Your rushing is a key. Mount Vernon has 29 yards total. They had -2 in the second quarter. Cahokia has 157. 110 of those coming in the second quarter. There is no passing yards. Mount Vernon has -5. Cahokia has none because neither team can complete a pass for positive yardage or total yardage. Mount Vernon 24. Cahokia with 157. Doug Gardner leads the way for Mount Vernon. He has 4 carries for 18 yards. Kevion Atkins has 13 carries, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns as Cahokia leads at the half 20-0.
Those stats calculated by Heartland Accounting, of course. 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B in Mount Vernon. Glad to have you with us, Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski, for your Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. We'll get you caught up with some scores from around the region here in just a moment. Presented by Tony Wilton State Farm Insurance. Looks like we're working on a pretty good update here.
Yeah, it could be. Halftime, Cahokia over Mount Vernon 20-0. Third quarter, another delay. Altoff leads at Carbondale 6-0. Last report, Marion up on Centralia 14-12 second quarter. Last report, it's 20-6. Cesarville, Waltonville, Woodlawn over Carmi at home. Late third, El Dorado over Chester 45-6. At half, Alvarado Trico over Hamco 8-6. And Fairfield over JC 12-8 to half. They were in a lightning delay last report we had. Third quarter, 25-0 Benton over Massac County. They are going into the delay in the fourth quarter with 9:25 to go. It is Harrisburg over West Frankfort 33-6 at the end of 3. Heron over Murphy late third 21-20. DuQuoin leads Pinckneyville 14-0 at the end of 1. They will resume that game tomorrow at 1 p.m. Carterville leads Sparta at the last report 38-14. And AJ beat Nashville tonight 42-0. And another final, this just updated, Harrisburg beats West Frankfort tonight 39-6.
There you have it. That scoreboard update is presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony Wilt on the corner of 42nd and South Water Tower in Mount Vernon, online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jesse Clark is back at our Mount Vernon studios. Jeff Crow bringing you the video on MyWithersRadio.com. So about 2 minutes before we get started with second half football. Danny, the Rams, this is really what they wanted and needed in terms of trying to get past Cahokia here at home on homecoming. A little bit of slop to come in. Did not need that lightning delay. But that said, what can they do in this second half to try to not only cut into this 20-point deficit, but maybe overtake these Comanches and route to a homecoming win?
It's going to take something because you're on a field where you can't hardly throw the football, if at all, and you're a team that has to get up and down the field and score points in a hurry with the offense Mount Vernon has. Not going to help you doing this. This weather's bad. It's mucky. It's terrible. You got to keep going. This halftime's going to go quick. Well, it looked like it was going to go quick. Only about 1:45 left, an abbreviated halftime. But Mount Vernon's got to get after it. And, I mean, simply put, you got to get after it and you got to try to get some points on the board. That's just the way that it sums up. I'm trying not to be very simplistic. But you got to go and you got to take advantage of everything and get some breaks your way, maybe some onside kicks to try to get some extra possessions in this second half.
We'll see how it goes. The Rams, of course, trailing Cahokia 20-0 here at the break. Next week, the Centralia Orphans come to town. That'll be the closing out of the South 7 Conference schedule. Then week 9, we head to Mount Carmel, where the Mount Vernon Rams will take on the Golden Aces,
who lost tonight at home 20-0. So Mount Carmel now 4-3 on the year with 2 more games left, 1 in their conference, and of course 1 with us.
Of course, Mount Carmel, the benefit of being so far east of the front that was moving through right now, plus the fact when they play the Indiana schools, they split any time difference there may be, so they actually had a kickoff of 6:30 tonight.
Yep.
So that allows them to get in early, and of course it was homecoming at Mount Carmel tonight, where it is over most of the region. I mean, week 7, week 8, even week 6 in some places.
Well,
to be homecoming.
And it depends. You're going to run into senior nights. We'll have one next week. So Mount Vernon will have Carbondale homecoming. They'll have their own homecoming in week 7, senior night week 8, senior night at Mount Carmel week 9. So Mount Vernon's getting everything wrapped up here all at once with all kinds of festivities.
I think I can recall a year where I had 3 or 4 straight senior nights.
It's not bad.
Yeah, week 6 here, week 7, I think Cahokia had their senior night because of how their schedule worked out. Then week 8, Centralia had their season. It just went on and on. I remember that very well. 20-0 here at the half, one we're trying not to remember here in the King City, hoping the Rams can make a go of it, make a comeback attempt in this second half of football. We'll see what went on in the locker room, see how they come back here in the second half. It should be Cahokia football to start the second half of play. Of course, Saturday Sports Show tomorrow shaping up as we speak. Some of the coaches finishing up, and we are working on a lineup for tomorrow as we have 4. I'm proud of what we have so far.
We have 4. Of course, Jared Shaner will start us off at 8:20. At 8:30, Vienna Jonesboro head football coach Brett Dietering. His team qualifies again for the playoffs. At 8:50, DuQuoin head coach Al Martin will join us. His team will continue their game tomorrow at Pinckneyville. He'll be on at 8:50. Of course, WMIX sports correspondent John Shadowin's at 9 o'clock. And then after that, it's a potpourri of who, what, when, where, and when these games get done as far as who will be on. Of course, we'll have our social media question of the week, been debated during the delay here. We believe we have one picked out. We'll let you know tomorrow morning what that is.
We do, and of course, very proud to welcome to the program for the first time DuQuoin head coach Al Martin. Does not grant many interviews, so
no,
we are very privileged to be able to have that opportunity as well as talk to the coaches that join us on a regular basis. Saturday Sports Show tomorrow after the 8 o'clock news, AM 940, audio on mywithersradio.com. We hope you'll take the chance and tune in tomorrow morning. Should be a lot of excitement after a cold night. A frost expected to move through as well.
Well, I think, and again, Centralia now leads Marion 18-14 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. As that game goes back and forth as expected. That Chase Alcorn, a 28-yard run for the Orphans. And the thing about it is, and we talked about this off air during the break, you have a muddy field like this. If you come back tomorrow, you're probably going to tear it up 10 times worse. It's not going to be ready to go. You may as well get in here tonight, get this over with, get this done, and get going because you can't wait and wait it out. You may as well just keep going. So, it is what it is, and you got to play and get it done and over with.
Well, that's exactly what they're going to do here as we're about ready to start the second half. From J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, glad to have you with us on WMIX and mywithersradio.com. You can stay up to date on Twitter at WMIX Sports, Facebook as well. Find us there. Quick rundown of your schedule for next week. Our next broadcast will actually be Lady Rams Volleyball versus Marion from Shagnon Gym. The next Friday, we're back here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, the Rams and the Orphans. And then on Monday,
next week.
Monday the 15th is what I was looking ahead to for Lady Rams Volleyball. They will host the Annies.
I believe that week we have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday that week.
And a St. Louis Rams football game sprinkled in between here on AM 940. Sunday the 14th, St. Louis Rams. Your doppelganger there, Jeff Fisher, they got a big win last night over the Arizona Cardinals, 17-3.
It was a good win. Was very happy with some of the wardrobe I picked out. I thought that matched myself well.
I like what he wears.
Wait, he starts wearing the fleece kind of stuff, and then the beard will start
little
coming.
Belichick little thing there.
He's got his own little deal. I mean, I've got it. We've talked about it. We've got our own little deal. He needs some time off. I go double for him, and stump impersonations. But he's got his own little style, and it fits him well. Of course,
were you Jeff Fisher for Halloween last year, or just a general coach?
I can be in general.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, it's this kind of weather. I'm in my fleece for the first time this year. I'm a big fleece guy, so I like wearing the fleece and glad to get it out of the closet today, get it ready to go for another winter. Which, by the way, if you're checking persimmon seeds, the shovel is well.
I saw that on Twitter.
The shovel.
Did you tweet that or text it? I'm sorry.
I think I texted that to you.
Oh, okay.
Give you another report. Phone blasting here. The whistle's blown here. JC trails at the end of 3 at Fairfield, 12-8.
Of course, still 8-6 in that Fox's Hamco contest, or the Fox's Alvarado Trico contest, which I shockingly got a text on.
Yeah.
No. Wow.
That was a 40-minute delay at Fairfield. They're getting ready to go after 3 quarters.
You're going to see a lot of games getting ready to pick back up. We'll pick back up here, of course, second half action. Came back to you at about 8:50 with the remaining 4:45 of the first half, and we are about ready to go. Rams will kick off. Cahokia will send. Looks like Atkins will be their deep man. They'll have a couple at about the 20 near and far. On to kick, it'll be Zach Swindon. We'll see him for the first time tonight. Rams trailing 20-0 as we get underway. Second half action with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Greedy First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Would not want to be the custodial staff here next week trying to fix his field.
And that kick is going to be short.
And I think Mount Vernon had to do that. They had to do some kind of squib kicking here to try to shorten and get a quick possession. Now the case may be Cahokia is going to start with the football in this second half with some very good field position. But Mount Vernon had to take that chance on a wet, sloppy track to try to get this football back. There's going to be a lot of janitorial, custodial people in Southern Illinois who had home football games tonight with still 2 weeks left to go of varsity and lower level and junior football games. They're going to be very busy getting fields ready to go next week.
Of course, if you're Mount Vernon, you're thankful the underclass game tomorrow is at Cahokia, but you do still have the JCSA, and it'll be interesting to see what they do there. 2 seconds into this second half, 20-0 Cahokia on top. Wow. Probably should have been an offside call there. That's okay. It'll be a handoff and a subsequent nice tackle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another running back, number 15 for Cahokia.
15, Demaro Phillips, I believe his 3rd carry of the night.
That's the 5th running back. Cahokia has had a new running back each quarter.
Seems like.
And I've got that marked. That's why I said that. I'm telling you what, Marion Centralia are staging a duel. It's now 20-18 Marion after an 86-yard kickoff return by Henry Jones.
Back and forth there in Marion County. Against Marion, oddly enough. Good call.
Imagine that.
Huh.
Evers Field.
Jimmy
we'll see how
Evers,
good that turf holds up. That field was looking very good the other day, and I drove by after some golf.
Yes, it was. Handoff in the backfield, tackling for a loss. Kyle Nelson came up big on the previous tackle. Looked like Grider got a piece of this one.
You need to like Mount Vernon's defense here. We've seen that this game. 2 good plays put together a third here, make Cahokia punt. Maybe at this point, it's slick football. It's hard to do this. Maybe you try some trickery on the special teams return here if on this punt you get a chance to field it cleanly.
Still 20-0. Comanches, 10:50 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 17 now for Cahokia. The ball will be on the 43-yard line, far hash. In Comanche territory. 10:36 to play. Glad to have you with us. Another new back, possibly. No, that's going to be Atkins in the backfield, taking the handoff, trying to break to the outside, but got to about the 45-yard line, gain of 2. And I'll bring up 4th and 15 unofficially with 10:20 to play in the 3rd quarter.
How many people are still with us over there in the junkyard parking lot?
We really need you to flash your lights now. Give us hope that there's still people here.
Oh, there's one. Anybody around the football field, flash your lights. Let's see if you're listening. There's one.
We see him across from us.
We see him across from us. There you go.
So there is hope to be had.
Yes.
10:02 to play in the 3rd quarter. Might lift me up a little bit. 20-0 Cahokia. 4th and 15 for the Comanches. And I don't know if I've ever seen a Cahokia punt. I'm probably sure I have. It's just been a long time.
Right.
Back to return. The deep man I would have to assume would be Derek Hunter with Gardner in front of him. Oh, Bradford quick to get there. It'll be picked up about the 25 between the hashes by Hunter. Trying to roll the near side. A man comes behind him. He'll break a tackle past the 30. Shy of the 35 at about the 33.
Football just about came loose. It popped out for a second. He was able to corral it back, but the way the punter dropped that football looked like it dropped point down. He had to punt it off the point of the football. Boy, that does not feel good whatsoever.
Never fun. We know that.
Well, the rain from the puddles has subsided. Now the cool air and frost will move in.
That is
the frozen tundra of J.D.
part.
Shields Memorial Stadium will begin. And Mount Vernon has to go approximately 66 yards for a touchdown here.
Ball is on their own 34 where the far hash once was. 20-0 Cahokia. 9:34 to play in this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the orange and black. Split to the right, it'll be Young. We'll have a man in motion, and that's where it's going to go, trying to come up between. Oh, man, and there wasn't much of a chance of that one for DeMontez Miller-Gray as he is brought down almost instantaneously after the handoff by the Comanches. It'll be no gain. 2nd and 10 now. They're going to give him a half yard.
This, again, if you get any yardage, of course, Cahokia, as we look forward to Week 8, conference championships on the line in the South 7, River to River, Ohio, River to River, Mississippi. Of course, if DuQuoin wins out, it's over, but Cahokia has Althoff next week.
Tonight has major conference implications as well. Obviously, as a man in motion, it looked like that one was Miller-Gray trying to break through a couple of tackles, gets near the 45. It'll be about the 44-yard line, gain of 9. Won't be quite a first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
Been very impressed with the sophomore. This is a guy that after couple more years, you're going to wonder how many years he played just because of the fact that he has played the varsity level. Now he's getting great experience here in 2012. Will be a handful over the next 2 years here in this Mount Vernon football program.
8:26 to play. The clock will roll. 3rd quarter action from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square. 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Split to the right, it'll be Zane Young. On the left, it's Pat Bradford. Backs will be Grider, who's in motion. I believe Miller-Gray and Doug Gardner with the quarterback. Reeves under center. Cahokia waiting. It's going to be a QB keeper. Reeves gets a few up the middle, and a good job by the senior quarterback to get a few to make it 1st and 10 for the Rams. So the chains will move, and that's a positive.
First down for Mount Vernon since the 1st quarter. And that's huge there, as Mount Vernon's got to go and march down the field quickly and then maybe get some bit of field possession back on an onside kick. Another lightning delay for Murphy and Heron tonight. That's about the second or third one going on in Jackson County. I was shocked by some of the radar. I guess some of that tail end's going, but, well, that's a surprise.
Needed to update here because I just
Okay.
changed some settings, so we'll
I
rely
wondered
on
what
that.
was going on
Yeah,
the
that's-
radar.
Just needs a second to update. 7:37 to play in this third quarter. Split to the right, it'll be Young. Have a man in motion, Miller Gray. He's going to get the handoff, and he will be tackled for a loss.
Yeah, that hurts because I don't even know on first down that hurts. That's one of those you don't want to have second and long in this situation, and no blocking up front. It was really penetrated by the Cahokia defense. Oh, my. Marion back up 26-18 with 38 seconds to go.
Is that Murphy-Heron game at Heron?
That is at Heron.
Okay, because there's a sizable cell over.
Sizable
very strong
cell there,
over Heron
yes.
right now.
Yep. I can see your radar.
They're in northwestern Williamson County.
Sizable cell going on in Centray. It's called Marion.
There you go. They're on. Score another one?
26-18 Wildcats just before half.
Oh, my. 6:50 to play here, 20-0 Cahokia, and this is going to be a positive carry for Miller Gray as he busts up the right side from left to right in front of us to about the 41-yard line. It'll be third and short.
Report to the St. Louis Cardinals are on the airplane back home or getting at the airport because the Cardinals' tweets are increasing.
Happy flight, hashtag.
Happy flight. That's what I'm talking about. Birds.
Yep.
See you Sunday. All kinds of stuff going on, Cardinal fans.
6:19 to play in the third. Rams trail 20-0. Trying to move the football here. It'll be third and short. Reeves is under center. Will he keep it himself? Man in motion is Miller Gray. Bumps around, gets in the slot here on the near side. Reeves will keep it himself. Looks like he has it from here. Forward progress to give him the first down. Marches all the way to the 40. A 3-yard gain will make it 1st and 10 as we drop below the 6-minute mark here in the third. With 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking, member FDIC. So here we go. More positives.
More
2 first downs in this drive.
Get positives, get a score, get an onside kick, go again.
Cheerleaders giving it their all. It is cold down there, and they have to be cold and wet. Massive props to the Mount Vernon Rams cheerleaders for sticking it out down there along with the team.
Uh-oh. That'll be a penalty on Mount Vernon. How'd they miss that?
How'd
I
they
have no
miss
idea.
that?
Should have been offside.
Yes, it should have.
False start.
Exactly. Doug Garner is going to get the carry, trying to roll up the right. Near sideline. Got a few on the play.
Telling you, Mount Vernon got a break there.
Yes,
you
they
could see
did.
a false start on a wingman, and Cahokia pointed it out, but the referees weren't having any of it. I think the referees are cold, wet, and tired themselves, so they're not going to call too much tonight here unless it's just blatantly obvious.
Well, have a Rend Lake College Player of the Game in your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. At Rend Lake College, you can get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. Right split man, it'll be Zane Young. On the right slot near, it'll be Heiner. Left slot looks like it's Miller Gray. Split to the left side, looks like it's Pat Bradford. Doug Gardner, your tailback. And they're going to dial Reeves' number, and they're not going to get much for it.
No, a couple yards again. 2 yards in a clump of mud in this case. So it has been tonight mostly.
Bottom of the hour on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Glad to have you with us for Rams football, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Good news for you.
Hockey's coming back?
Well, no, they just met because they could feel the heat of the owners.
Gotcha.
So
they can't lose the season again.
Mm-mm.
That'll be costly. Split to the right, it'll be Zane Young. Double wing back set. Bradford also on the right as a tight end. Travis Mitchell, the right wing back in motion. Looks like Miller Gray. He will get the handoff, almost slips to the 40. Somehow gets to the 30 where he fumbles the football. Picked up by the Comanches. They will slide on the return at about the 40-yard line.
I am shocked.
I thought that was Keith Ross.
He took a shot to the upper body, and I mean an absolute hit. And that ball just popped out. I mean, those running backs on a night like that are going to lose that football. You can hardly blame, but boy, what a hit by Cahokia and that turnover and the fumble.
Indeed it was. And, of course, Sarah Staley Country Financial, one of your Rams boosters. Tomorrow is the day that anything could happen. Are you ready? When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial in Mount Vernon, you get a one-on-one relationship and a plan that meets your goals. Country Financial, what is your idea of financial security? How about we can track that? What's your idea of financial security? Country Financial.
Interesting score.
Score's interesting. We'll get to that in just a little bit. 4:28 to play in the third quarter. Cahokia with the football. 1st and 10 from the Ram 38. Ball where the near hash used to be. Long gone. The quarterback, Perry, is under center. The handoff's going to go to Akins in the backfield. He's wrapped up between the hashes by Kyle Nelson again.
Nice play.
Proves to be a bright spot in this Ram defense tonight where the field is not so bright. Very muddy.
Yeah, there is
Very
no way a
bumpy.
divoter that I have in my car for golf is going to fix this field. This is going to be one of those you got to let it dry out a little bit, couple days, and roll it and try to play on it next week. It will not be pretty, and grass growing on this will not happen again until the spring.
No.
It's done. Growing season of grass is over.
Tell that to my lawn. It might be tonight, hopefully.
It
That
might
thing
be
just
tonight.
keeps growing. I thought it was dead a long time ago.
No, it's the growing season
No
up
matter
until
how
the
many
first
times
frost.
I tried to kill it off. And handoff in the backfield looked like Atkins again.
There's no way he got a yard
No.
forward. No,
Doug
that's a
Gardner
terrible
came in
spot.
with the help.
I'll call it the way it is. There's no way he got it that far. Absolutely no way. I mean, I can see that, and I'm 100 yards from the field.
3:25 remains in the third quarter. 20-0. Cahokia on top. 3rd and 11 for the Comanches. The ball looks like it was shading towards where the near hash was. 3rd and 11. Rams need 3 touchdowns.
And time running quickly here in this third quarter.
You bet it is. Out of the eye. Clean jersey split to the left side. Looks like it might be Willie Beckwith. Perry's looking to pass, and he's looking left, and that'll slip right through the fingers of number 15, Demario Phillips, the intended target. It'll be 4th and 11. Clock stops at 2:54. Key move.
First pass for Cahokia in the game.
I see why.
And now there's a flag in the backfield on a personal foul. Roughing the passer on Mount Vernon. First down, Cahokia. And you hear some of the fans not happy with that. Second penalty on Mount Vernon.
It can't be as bad as the roughing the passer call last night with Cobb in the end zone of Rams and Cardinals, where he took his own helmet off.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Hey,
Play
you know
games.
what? It's smart.
Gamesmanship, man.
You betcha. No games at Committee First Bank of the Heartland. Your committee, your choice, your bank with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Committee First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. We'll drop below the 2:54 mark here in the third quarter. So that 15-yarder gives Cahokia a fresh set of downs at the Ram 46-yard line. Let's see what they roll with here. Beckwith will be back out there again, split to the left side. Clean uniform. Hasn't seen much action tonight. Perry and the Comanches out of the eye set. Here it comes. Tailback will get the handoff, slipping through a Bradford tackle. Still on his feet. There will be a flag on the play at about the 40. As finally pushed out of bounds will be Kendrick Joshua.
I'd be curious to see what this flag is. Is it a hold or is it a face mask? And this mud, wet, and dampness, there's no telling what you're grabbing.
That'll be against the Comanches, I believe.
A holding penalty of 5 yards.
Interesting.
From the line of scrimmage. Yep, that'll be a 5-yarder based on where the ball was at. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. That was a hold, if you were asking.
Video streaming on MyWeathersRadio.com is fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson. They trade for anything. No smoke in the mirror deals at Dale's. Bikes as low as $29.95. You can visit them online at dales-hd.com. See what's going on this weekend or stay up to date on social media. You can find Dale's HD on Facebook or follow them on Twitter. You can access all of that on the link above this video screen on your MyWeathersRadio.com live streaming page.
I know one place we're not going this year.
Boy, Effingham.
Yeah, Mattoon beat Effingham 16-7. They're officially eliminated.
Yikes. Out of the eye set. Here it comes again. Tailback will get the carry. Almost a bulldozing move. That is number 1, Jalen Thomas. They cannot seem to bring him down at the 45. It'll be 2nd and 20 on the no gain. All that for nothing.
SV is up after 3 quarters at home. Boy, they have turned around their season.
That would be a big win for the Devils.
They should be favored to beat Alvarado Trico next week, and then that trip, if they get to 5, they're in the playoffs as a 3A team. That would be the key. And Mount Vernon right now, again, 2nd and long, needs to make a couple more plays and force a punt. Wrap. Tackle and wrap is what you have to do.
1:30 to play in the third quarter. It's 20-0. Cahokia on top out of the ice set. Split left and right for the Comanches here on 2nd and 19. Perry's looking downfield to pass. Nobody looking back for the Rams, following the receiver as they should, I suppose. That was a wounded duck through the air.
It's hard to throw that wet pigskin, I'm telling you.
It is.
Cold, wet night. Warm night be one thing. Cold, wet night is
Well,
totally another.
Cold hand, and I can't even fathom. So the pass falls incomplete, stops the clock at a minute 20. 3rd and 19. From the Cahokia 46. They will spot the ball. Near hash used to be there. So let's see. What will they do on 3rd and 19? They've been very successful on 3rd and 4th down conversions tonight. With 5 locations, the Mount Vernon Dix Ina and Woodlawn Community First Bank is proud to be the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Out of the I set again. This time it's going to be pitched to Thomas up the right side, looking to break between some tackles. Does so. Still on his feet at the 40 to the 35. Pushes past a man at the 30. And stumbles to about the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Comanches on a gain of about 27.
Mount Vernon had him pinned, had him pushed back, and then all of a sudden can't make a play. Got to the outside. That's been a tale of what has went on here in this one. Matter of close, but no cigar. Though smoking is illegal on the grounds of a high school.
1:02 to play here in the 3rd quarter, 20-0. Cahokia moving the ball and get very successful with 3rd down conversions. Out of the I set, pitch is going to go back to Thomas up the right side, slip past an arm tackle, and will gain a couple of yards of the play, maybe 3. Spot will be at the 30-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 7 as we drop below the minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Clock will drop below the 30-second mark now. Cahokia, 2nd and 7 for the Mount Vernon 24 on the former location of the far hash. So as you've gathered by now, if you're watching on MyWithersRadio.com, not much paint left on the field with the exception of the outsides.
Yeah, there's not much spray paint to put out there to cover up that muck. This will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Now the I set on 2nd and 7 with about a few seconds left. Looked like a fumbled football on the snap. We'll see who falls on it. Looks like it might be the Comanches retaining possession. And that should be where our 3rd quarter ends. It'll be 3rd down when we return after 3. The Cahokia Comanches 20, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. This is Rams football on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dix Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Backaches, bad hips, rickety knees? Why not try aquatic therapy? The Red Lake College Aquatic Center has more than a swimming pool. Try a 6-lane, 75-foot lap pool, along with a whirlpool 10 feet in diameter and a 10-foot by 20 hydrotherapy pool. Aquatic therapy is very affordable. In many cases, the tuition is waived entirely. With special access and dressing areas for the elderly and physically challenged, getting in the water is easy. Experts are on hand to assist with various areas of aquatic fitness and rehab. Call 437-5321, extension 1207, or visit rlc.edu.
Daily schedules, scores, and more. Like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, Rams football, WMIX, MyWithersRadio.com, as we head to the 4th quarter. Cahokia leads Mount Vernon 20-0 in South 7 Conference action. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski is alongside. Jeff Crow is with us up here in the booth. Jesse Clark is back at our Mount Vernon studio. 3rd and 7 for Cahokia. The ball will be on the 23-yard line. Cahokia looking to move out of the I set. Split left, split right. And it'll be a quick pitch to the tailback trying to go left side. He will stumble for a loss. Victim of the wet field.
Yeah, that helps out. Mount Vernon now 4th and long. See if they can make a stop. I don't think Cahokia will punt or field goal here, obviously. And things move along here.
11:34 to play in the 4th quarter. 20-0 is your score. 4th down and 7 now for the Comanches. The ball will be on the Mount Vernon 24. And again, Cahokia, not much of a kicking game. I think, what, 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions?
Mm-hmm.
Touchdown, as a matter of fact, it
Right.
was. 4th and 7 here. The ball on the Mount Vernon 24-yard line. Now the eye set. Tied it up a little bit. Fumbled on the snap. Perry trying to make something out of it. Broke past the initial tackle, but will get a assisted tackle left side. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Good stop for Mount Vernon. Ooh. And Mount Vernon makes a good stop defensively. Like to see that out of the kids out here, battling it out here in this homecoming game. Makes a defensive stop, forces a turnover, and now have an opportunity to try to get something on the board here.
1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball will be spotted on their own 23. 10:59 to play in the 4th quarter. We're about a minute in. Glad to have you, courtesy of Community First Bank. Your community, your choice. Your bank with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Split to the left, it's Young. Looks like it'll be Mitchell coming up from left side on a sweep. Gets to the 30, down to about the 34. It'll be a gain of 11. Moves the chains. 1st and 10.
Good job. Another 1st down. That's a good start to this drive. Mount Vernon needs positive, needs scores.
Speaking of scores, we'll get you a scoreboard update here in just a moment, courtesy of Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. 10:48 to play here in Mount Vernon. It's 20-0. Cahokia on top. The Rams desperately need some offense. Reeves is under center. Mitchell will be in motion. That's where to come up again on a sweep, trying to break through the tackles. Shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of about 5.5. Should be 2nd and a nickel here. So Mitchell providing a nice boost to the Ram offense out of the backfield.
And that's what Mount Vernon has to have, this multi-headed monster that has to go. And Mount Vernon's got to get some 1st downs and get some points if they want to try to come back in this one.
Red Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu. See how you can save thousands. 10-10 to play in the 4th. 20-0. Cahokia on top. Miller Gray's going to get this carry. Trying to go up the right side to about the 40. Forward progress and give him a gain of about 1. It would be 3rd and 4.
Tough to gain it tonight. Got to keep those legs churning, keep your balance about you in order to keep moving in a positive direction with the football.
Third down and 4. 9:40 to play here in the 4th quarter. 20-0. Cahokia on top. Rams need this one.
And now for Mount Vernon, 2 plays for a 1st down at this point.
Bradford left, Young right as far as the splits. They'll load up the wingbacks left side. They'll keep Mitchell wingback on the right. It's going to be pitch coming with this left side to Doug Gardner. Looks like forward progress carried him to a 1st down. Still fighting against the wall of Cahokia defenders as he does get to the 45. Yes. Gain of 5 will make it 1st and 10 for the Rams.
What a great effort to see that right now. I mean, he was plowing and pushing and going and doing things. And, again, 1st down Mount Vernon. Great to see the effort out of the kids trying to drive and grind and get 1st downs with 9:10 to go in this game. We see you flashing lights. We appreciate it over there. And the effort these Rams are giving out here in this circumstance and field conditions the way it is.
Double wingback set, split left and right. Pitch is coming near side to Gardner, and he'll be tackled for a loss of about the 41. So a loss of 4 unofficially would make it 2nd and 14. As we drop below the 9-minute mark, 8:52 left to go. 20-0. Cahokia up in a 3-possession game. Barely a 3-possession game.
Barely.
Barely.
Break here, break there. And you got to credit the fans on both sides, putting up with the weather delay, the rain, the cold, in the car, in the bleachers, wherever. Thanks for staying here and supporting these teams.
Doesn't go unnoticed by the kids especially. 8:25 to go here, 4th quarter, and it's going to be to Travis Mitchell. See where he ends up, shy of the 45. Got some of those yards back. It'll be a gain of about 2.5. It'll bring up 3rd and 12 or so. With 8:10 to go in the 4th.
I have options. Baking options for the show tomorrow morning. 2 spots available. 4 options going on right now.
We have 3rd and 12 for the Rams. The ball on their own 44. Really need another 3rd down conversion here. Your backs Looks like Miller Gray, left wing back, right wing back will be Travis Mitchell. Doug Gardner's your fullback. Split left, it's going to be Bradford, and Reeves is rolling across his body to pass. Breaks away from the man giving chase. Slips a tackle, and it'll be running out of bounds for a loss of 4.
And what Clayton should have done there, outside the tackles that time, attacking that barrier, he should have checked that ball down the field a little bit, even though he's in a bad spot, just because he needed to get rid of that football and not take the loss of yardage.
So it'll be 4th and about 16 here for the Rams. 7:32 to play in the 4th. Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. No smoke in the mirror deals at Dale's. They have bikes as low as $29.95. Find out more at dales-hd.com. They bring you the video on mywithersradio.com.
I'm impressed, too, and also, like you said a while ago, student athletes out here, the football players obviously, cheerleaders as well from Mount Vernon out here still going strong as we move in close to the 10 o'clock hour on a cold, wet night. Homecoming festivities this weekend and everything else here at Mount Vernon High School.
It's 4th and 16. The Rams are going to send Derek Hunter split to the left. On the right, it's Zane Young. Backs are Miller Gray, Mitchell, and Gardner. Reeves, the quarterback, is under center with 7:32 to play. He is going to look for a fade to Hunter, and he will dive back and can't come up with it. That'll be a turnover on downs. Good look there. Underthrown to the 45 in Cahokia territory. Hunter tried to dive back to get it, and it goes through his arms. It'll be 1st and 10 Cahokia. The ball on the Mount Vernon 39 with 7:26 to go.
And again, that pass was there. Unfortunately, when you throw it like that and it slips out of your hand, it kind of gets air and whatnot, and it got up in the air more, kind of just went straight up, and the receiver had overran it, had to come back, slipped and as he was going for the football, and the football fell and bounced. Unfortunately for Mount Vernon, they turn over on downs, and actually only their 2nd turnover of the evening.
A lot of intriguing matchups next week.
Lots of matchups. I got them up here, and we'll talk about them here when we get a chance. We move along here.
The
it's
top
7.5
one
to
of
go.
your river to river is one I'm intrigued by. As always, it'll be a handoff coming up right off tackle. Looked like it was Atkins.
Benton at Harrisburg next week, which should be a battle of 4. Actually, Harrisburg is 4-0. Benton in a delay at 4-0, basically winning big at Massac. That game went down to a last couple of plays, somewhat controversial, somewhat not at Benton last year. Harrisburg going to be laying in wait there. That's a huge game. Another one next week is Anna Jonesboro at Carterville. Carterville needs to win next week and the week after. They've got to get to 6. Playoff points, they don't have enough right now to be a 5-win team.
Depending on what happens at Centralia, how huge could Althoff Cahokia be next week?
Could be really big.
High set here for the Comanches. 6:46 to play in the ball game. Mount Vernon down 20-0. Perry got the handoff off, but it looked like Bradford was there instantaneously for the tackle on Atkins. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But that scoreboard update, why don't you share that one real quick?
33 seconds left to go. Johnston City has scored. It is now 20-18. Johnston City with 30 seconds left in the game.
Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance, invite you to come in and join the State Farm team. He is located on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon, online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. That is big for Dan Minks and the Johnson City Indians, if that holds true. Cahokia out of the eye, looking to go up the left side. I did not see the ball carrier that time. They've had so many tonight. That looked like Atkins again.
It was Atkins off that left side. Just did not work out very well.
So it'll be 4th and about what? 4th and 11 now for the Comanches. The ball is on the Mount Vernon 40. Hoping to see the Rams crack that goose egg tonight.
Make a stop. Get another stop. Let that defense feel good. Make a big play here.
WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square. Cahokia is still driving. 4th and 11 out of the eye. Split right, split left. Looked like we should have.
Yeah, full start on Cahokia. Their 6th penalty of the night.
Not only that, their right split end was lined up with the Mount Vernon Rams pretty well.
Yeah, he was a little bit off center. And it has gotten a little chilly here, I've noticed, the last 30 minutes.
A little bit.
You know, first cold wave of the year. Remember, last year we never had a cold wave. Really wasn't cold at all.
So a neutral zone infraction on the Comanches will push this back. Be 4th and 16 for the Comanches. 4:52 remains in the fourth quarter, 20-0. Rams down 3 scores.
Cahokia is going to elect to punt, pin Mount Vernon back, which is a smart play with 4:48 clock rolling. Field position and the time are in, and the score, 3 things in your favor at this point.
DeVar Davis, one of the men looking to return. Doug Gardner is your deep man beyond the 10.
What's where you have a block play, you got to use it. Take a chance, snap.
And it's going to be a direct snap on the fake and trying to make something happen at the 40. There will be a flag at about the 40. Can't see the man that was trying to return as he tried to break to the outside, pass the 40 down to the 45. Yep. And that'll be a big saving tackle there by, I believe, DeVar.
That'll decline the penalty. They did not get the first down. It'll be Mount Vernon football.
So Davis comes up big there. Penalty marker should be against the Comanches, I thought. As they tried to fake the first down, and the end result will be turning it over on downs.
Mount Vernon with another opportunity to try to get on the scoreboard here.
4:15 remains here in the fourth quarter from the King City. The Rams trail Cahokia 20-0.
Yep, they'll decline the holding penalty, and it'll be Mount Vernon football on another possession here.
It will take over on their own 45-yard line. Rams have, I believe, been in the red zone one time. I was thinking the first.
Maybe
they were in their own red zone.
Yep, that's it.
That's right.
Mount Vernon's never got inside the red zone tonight.
Reeves under center looking to pass. A fade will come left side. Hunter fights for it, can't come up with it, runs out of real estate.
It's tough to throw that wet, slick leather tonight, that's for sure.
So 4:10 to play. Fourth quarter, Rams were looking the fade route along the sideline. 2nd and 10 now. After the clock will stop on the incomplete pass. We'll be back with you next week for Rams football as the Rams host the Centralia Orphans. It'll be senior night, week 8. The Orphans trying to hang with the Wildcats right now. Marion, last check, was on top. 4:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Reeves will dry off the hands, ready for the snap under center. Loaded up on the left, fumbled the snap, now trying to regain control, runs for his life at the 25, running backwards. He'll be tackled for a mega loss. Loss of about 10 if the spot matches mine.
Yeah, about a 10-yard loss. Good call. And boy, oh boy, it's one of those things, just tough sledding out there right now, and tough also for teams to try to get anything going out here.
That'll bring up 3rd and 20 for the Rams. Now at their own 25-yard line. Ball will be spotted somewhere in the neighborhood of the former Far Hash.
Former everything on this field.
You bet. Zane Young will be split left. Loaded up on that right side. Reeves, the quarterback, under center. Have a man in motion. It's going to be a sweep to Mitchell. He's not going to get much out of it. He'll be met by a wall at the 25. No gain, 4th and 20. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple and is proud to be the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams here on WMIX. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. So 4th down and 20. Bradford will be back to punt. Cahokia's man is back to return at about the 50. So right there at midfield, we'll see how far this punt goes or if that's even what the Rams are really going to do. Rick Flair in attendance.
Nice to see him here tonight. He's got nothing going on.
Going to beat the man. If you're going to be the man, you got to beat the man. Punt is up, past the 40, 45. It'll take a Ram bounce to about the Cahokia 48, and that's where the Comanches will take over.
Yep, punt.
So that's where the Comanches will take over. 2:15 left to go in this one, 20-0. We have to assume Cahokia's, well,
Yeah.
You have to assume Cahokia will just run the clock out. We'll see what happens.
Cahokia probably should. May not take a knee. Another county school has won tonight. Red Devils of SVWW win 20-6 over Carmi. They're 4-3. One more win next week over ET. They should be favored, even though ET is up on Hamilton County tonight. So Red Devils, if one more win, will be in the playoffs based on playoff points. Based on the Black Diamond.
Huh.
Just saying.
Nice. I said they're not going to take a knee. Perry's going to run it himself, trying to break to the outside left. Got to about midfield, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 2:10. Need to get 1 first down to be able to run the clock out, according to my math.
That would be correct.
2nd and 7 for the Comanches, just past midfield, 1:53 to play in the 4th quarter. We'll have one final Tony Wilt scoreboard update in our Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll also have your Rend Lake College Player of the Game and the Heartland Accounting postgame stats. Cahokia lines up in the eye, and it'll be a handoff to the first man, who gets about 2, runs into a wall of Ram defenders. Difficult to see the ball carrier with the mudded white jerseys. Looked like that might have been. Let's take your pick at this point.
Yep, it's impossible to tell numbers. I mean, it's just the way it is, and we'd like to be able to tell you who it is. We can kind of guess, but the numbers, the field is just not in shape right now as far as being able to tell what's going on.
So we have a timeout presented by the Medicine Shop. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon are proud to be sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. So about 1:14 to go in this one. Timeout on the field. 20-0. Cahokia on top will win this one. Their playoff hopes are getting higher and higher.
Yep, they will go to 4-3, but they have toughies. They've got Althoff and Chicago's. Hales Franciscan.
They have significant playoff aspirations and conference aspirations as well, as they will improve to 3-1 in the conference.
Yeah, interesting as we roll down here to the end of this football season.
That would be crazy. How crazy would it be if there were tri-champions in the South 7 if Marion were to hang on against Centralia tonight? And then all 3 were to win next week. So 1:14 to go here. It's 3rd and 6 for Cahokia. Out of the eye, they'll have Gant split to the right. They'll split left, and 2 backs behind the quarterback under center. Rams are ready for this on 3rd and 6. It's going to be handoff to the tailback up the left side. Doesn't get much on it. It'll be 4th down and 5. Looked like on the carry that might have been Lamar Ford. So 4th and 6, so we drop below the minute mark.
Under a minute to go. Mount Vernon has forced a fumble.
Did not see that fumble whatsoever.
No, didn't see it because of the mud and the muck. And now Mount Vernon has another opportunity, one more chance with the football.
So Reeves hobbles back onto the field after getting the sideline instruction. 1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball is on their own 45. 47.8 seconds to go. They'll split Young to the right. Bradford will come left. Miller, Gray, Mitchell, and Gardner are your backs for the quarterback, Clayton Reeves, under center. Waits for the snap. 20-0. Rams are trailing, and that is going to be... Not sure if that's the broken play or that was intended to be a
That
pitch.
is a snap that didn't quite get to the quarterback as they were pulling out, and that would be the fault of the quarterback when a ball spins like that around. Ball slips out, goes to the mud. You got to recover it. Mount Vernon loses 10 on that play.
So it'll be at the 38-yard line, thereabout. It'll be 2nd and long with 23 seconds left to go. Same personnel, same set, double wing back spread. It's going to be a handoff to Gardner. Breaks the tackle at about the 45, stays on his feet now, is brought down.
Gardner with about a 10-yard carry.
So that'll be a gain of about 8. It'll be 3rd about 3rd and 10 as the clock will expire. So we've reached a final here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium after a lightning delay of an hour and 10 minutes. We finish this one at 10:05. Your final, the Cahokia Comanches 20, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. This is Rams football from WMIX Mount Vernon.
What happened to the game last night? Did you hear that score? What did Coach think of the team's effort? Find the answers to these questions and more on the Saturday Sports Show. Every week following the 8 o'clock news, WMIX Sports finds the answers you need and discovers a different side of your favorite coach with our question of the week. Join WMIX Sports for the Saturday Sports Show on AM 940 and MyWinnersRadio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depends on your hometown professionals. Pekin Insurance.
Hello, my name's Richard. When my wife had a heart attack, every second felt like an eternity. I wasn't thinking about what hospital had outstanding results or first-class facilities. All I cared about was getting her health back. Thankfully, I didn't have to think about those things. The ambulance took us to Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. From the second we were admitted, I knew she was in great hands. My wife was immediately treated by an experienced cardiologist. I have no doubt the folks at Good Samaritan saved my wife's life that day. It wasn't until later that I realized Good Samaritan ranks 20% faster than the national average in response time. And they work directly with the prestigious Open Heart program at Washington University. In 2013, Good Samaritan will be opening an all-new regional health center, making their heart care even greater. We're thankful that such quality care exists right here in Southern Illinois.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Do you feel like there isn't enough time to get everything done? Back-to-school bills draining your wallet? Hi, this is Joy Schrader, mortgage specialist with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon, and I can help. By refinancing your current mortgage to a lower rate mortgage with People's National Bank, you can put some of that money back in your wallet. Stop by today and let People's National Bank ease your back-to-school debt.
People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The Rams fall to the Comanches 20-0. You're on a rainy, cold night in Mount Vernon. Glad to have you with us for the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow hanging with you to bring you the video on MyWithersRadio.com tonight. Jesse Clark is back at the WMIX studios in Mount Vernon. Oh, what a night.
Sloppy, cold, wet, muck, mud.
Had it all.
Had it all for 3 hours. Had an hour and 10-minute delay for the storm.
And here we thought it was just going to be rain.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be rain. Some lightning came through with it, and Mount Vernon, unfortunately, loses a close 120-0. It was a lot closer than what that score dictated most of the game.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. This is your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Within this, we will have your Tony Wilt scoreboard updates. We will also have your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. We'll have a Rinley College player of the game. All coming up for you. We'll take a quick break on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll come back with your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Attention all Medicare Part D pharmacy patients. The annual enrollment period begins earlier this year, October 15th, and ends December 7th. And the Medicine Shop Pharmacy is ready to help you. Stop by or call to make an appointment with Eric Black or Tracy Adams. They'll review your current prescription plan and help you manage your Medicare dollars. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
What we offer to our patients is to sit down with them and answer questions that they may have about their medications, really with the end goal of being to maximize their dollars, because that's, after all, what patients really want. We'll take appointments, we'll sit down with them, take as long as it takes to help them choose a plan that is effective at meeting their needs.
Remember, the good folks at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy are never too busy to take care of you. They look forward to understanding your health care needs and will focus on keeping you well. the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
To call to make an appointment, call 618-242-8776. How does Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon stay the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois? How about free pickup and delivery? And being the home of the $29.95 oil change? Plus, get financing as low as 1.5 APR, along with the best selection of certified pre-owned Harley-Davidsons. So now you know how Dale's Harley-Davidson stays number one. Dale's Harley-Davidson, open every day but Wednesday, just off of I-57 in Mount Vernon. Visit dales-hd.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. This is your home for Rams Radio, WMIX.
And we welcome you back, J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. We're here for the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. 20-0 is your final. Rams fall by 3 scores to the Cahokia Comanches. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski and Jeff Crow. Jesse Clark with us back at the studio, back at the mothership. And we need to get to your Heartland Accounting postgame stats.
Your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. 7 first downs for Mount Vernon, 13 for Cahokia. Cahokia had 3 turnovers, while Mount Vernon had 2. You also had penalties. Mount Vernon with 2 for 20 yards, and Cahokia was 6 for 35. Rushing, Mount Vernon with 62, Cahokia 188. Passing, -5 for Mount Vernon, none for Cahokia. Only 1 completed pass in the game between both teams. Total, Mount Vernon had 57 yards, Cahokia 188, as Mount Vernon loses tonight at home, 20-0.
Those stats calculated by Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. They are your small business expert. Get started right with Heartland Accounting. We need to take another break. We'll come back. We'll have your Rend Lake College Player of the Game. We'll also have one final Tony Wilt scoreboard update. Don't forget you can see all the scores on Twitter at WMIX Sports or find us on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. We'll take a quick break, come back with all of that and more. This is the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you interested in a career in the culinary arts but can never afford the high cost of cooking school? Rend Lake College has a low-cost recipe for success. For as little as $5,500 per year, you can get a quality culinary arts education in your own backyard. That even includes books, tuition, class fees, and supplies. Learn to master domestic fare, pastry, and foreign cuisine in Ina, Illinois. Save thousands on a culinary arts education at Rend Lake College. For more information, log on to rlc.edu/culinary arts.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on WMIX. Time for the Rend Lake College Player of the Game.
And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We're here to wrap it up on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Rams fall here tonight to Cahokia 20-0. Chris Hugo with DC alongside. We owe you one final scoreboard update. We also owe you a Rend Lake College Player of the Game. And we didn't debate it beforehand, but Kyle Nelson's a guy that sticks out to me, Danny. It just seems like defensively, if there was a big hit or a sack, he was the man with the plan. And Kyle Nelson, I think, has to be a Rend Lake College Player of the Game.
Yeah, Kyle Nelson had several big defensive plays in this ball game tonight, and you could definitely see that. And I agree with your selection as well.
There you go. Rend Lake College, you get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. And that is our final. Actually, no, it's not. I started to say our final scoreboard update. That's still to come, as we owe you a final scoreboard update. Let's send them off the right way. Tony Wilt, State Farm scoreboard update.
Here are the finals that I have so far. Harrisburg over West Frankfort, 39-6. Carterville over Sparta, 54-20. And AJ over Nashville, 42-0. Of course, Cahokia beat Mount Vernon here, 20-0. Black Diamonds all final. SVWW wins again, 20-6 over Carmi at home. El Dorado beat Chester 51-13. Alvarado Trico beat Hamilton County 22-6. And Johnston City beat Fairfield 20-18 on a last-minute touchdown. Moving on. End of 3 quarters. Altoff 12, Carbondale nothing. 4th quarter, actually 3rd now. Marion and Centralia tied at 34. in the fourth quarter delayed, and they should be just about ready to get underway again in the fourth. Benton over Massac 25-0. Late fourth, 1:24 to go. Heron leads Murphy 31-28. And DuQuoin and Pinckneyville, with DuQuoin leading 14-0 at the end of one, will begin play tomorrow at 1 p.m. at Pinckneyville.
Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, visit your local State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Tony Wilt is on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, or online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Well, about does it for us tonight. Our next Ram or Lady Ram broadcast, I believe, to be Tuesday night as the Lady Rams welcome the Marion Lady Wildcats into Shagnon Gym. We'll have that for you here on AM 940, video online at MyWithersRadio.com. Tuesday night, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland, your official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. Well, final thoughts in this one are, I don't know. Good effort under the circumstances, but try for win number 1 next week against Centralia, and maybe if they are able to get a win against Marion, spoil their chances at an undefeated season.
Yeah, you have Centralia and you have Mount Carmel. You got to play the spoiler. If Centralia wins tonight, you can try to ruin an undefeated season. If not, you want to win at home because it's senior night, and then you want to try and knock Mount Carmel out of the playoffs the next week. That's your goals right now. Win 2, knock some people around as far as their playoff hopes are concerned.
And there you have it. Rams fall here tonight 20-0 against Cahokia. That's going to do it for us. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jeff Crow, for Jesse Clark back at the studio, for everyone at Withers Broadcasting, thank you for listening and watching Rams football here on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. On behalf of our sponsors, I'm Chris Hugo, saying good night.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX and watching